Hello. Good morning. And welcome. Hello, everyone. I hope y'all are doing well this morning. I see we got quite the crowd this morning, and I'm pretty happy to see y'all. See, we got Blizzfish, we got Angel, we got Lunk, we got... I'm sure we got a few other people. I think I already said Villain. But yeah, it's good to see y'all. Very good to see y'all. It's been a while since I've seen Blizzfish, too. Well, yeah, how y'all doing this morning? I had quite the morning. I got started a little bit late this morning because on account of I had to take the pupper out, and then on top of that, my PC decided 2 minutes before 10 o'clock that the audio was going to crash for my entire PC. Yeah. So, how y'all doing? How y'all doing this morning? I could actually probably take off the VFX now. It is fun to use VFX though. Oh no. I should not be echoing. It's probably my audio. It is definitely my audio. I told you my audio crashed, and I thought I fixed everything, but I did not apparently, because every time I restart my PC, for some reason or another, Beacon says, hey yo. Even though you've removed your mic multiple times from our software, because it's a Beacon mic, we're gonna keep detecting it and like slotting it in as an active microphone. And I'm like, no, I don't want to use your software for my microphone. I want to use your software to split my audio. There's a complete difference here. But yeah. No, we don't cook ducks here. We do not cook ducks here. Listen. Y'all. we got some stuff to do today. We got some fun stuff to do today. I have ideas, but I also need y'all's input. You might have noticed I posted a link in the chat. It is a Google form. You can put your selection for what you want me to do for crowd control for my Duckathon on there, and any other activities you have ideas for. But also you could post them in the chat too. I definitely appreciate that. Post to you, otherwise everyone post. Oh my goodness. A ducking god. But no, I know y'all roast me in Breath of the Wild. But we don't talk about Bruno. Yeah, I spent yesterday, I forgot that I needed to actually, make a card for the Duckathon. And, I forgot about that until it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, I should probably do that tomorrow for some. I'll feed you tasty potato wedges before eating roasted. I mean, you could feed me the potato wedges, but please don't roast me. Asking for details. It may ask you for email, but I don't think it's required. It might be required. I might have put just one thing per person, which then it just, makes you your Gmail. But that's pretty much it. It should only be asking for the crowd control stuff and any activities you have ideas for. But yeah, one of the things I really gotta do, you guys, which actually let me really quickly just remove my text here. I need sound panels, guys, because I want to do karaoke. And it's gonna be hard to do karaoke if everyone in the neighborhood, because I have very thin walls. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning. Yeah, you probably have to sign in with your email, your Gmail. Too much to ask me, I'm young. But yeah, we got some stuff to do today. I gotta write down ideas, figure out what we're doing, because I want to start it on Wednesday. And I need sound panels too. The key is 4 p.m. It's a very late morning. I mean, it might be 4 p.m. for you, but for me over here in the U.S. on the East Coast, it's 10:17 a.m. Yeah, it's still morning. Granted, I've been up since 7 hours ago. I got woke up by my bladder. But also I went to bed at like 10, so it's, and then I slept like 12, 13 hours yesterday, so I got plenty of sleep, I think. Maybe. But yeah, I actually, I've really been enjoying the new place, Angel. It is so pretty. So pretty. I love it so much. I just now need money. But I think everyone needs money, honestly. I need money so I can get certain, like, I need sound panels. I also need food. But I have enough food to last it. Maybe. So I gotta get sound panels because I want to do karaoke. Yeah, I want to do karaoke. Because how are we supposed to have a rockin' Christmas? How are we supposed to have our Christmas if I can't be singing holiday tunes, no? Been up since 5/5:30. Makes sense. I've been revising since this morning. I have used 12 pages. I'm going, oh no. That sounds like too much work. Wanna send her love? I also send my love. Tell her that, Angel. Sleep after midnight. Yeah, I try to sleep before midnight. I try to. Usually I try to go to bed around like 6, but since the move I've been unable to do so because, well, I've been needed a lot. I've been needed a whole ducking lot. Because, you know, I'm one of 3 people in this household. Y'all know who one of them is. And unfortunately, a cat can't do everything by herself. So I have to lose some of the work. I see you over there, Angel. Don't chase the cat. Don't chase the cat, Angel. Speaking of which, y'all haven't seen it. I got cat ears. Cat duck is a thing. And Bonking said cat with ranting. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we got cat duck now. Speaking of cat duck, y'all may or may not have seen. I can't post Twitter right now because Twitter has said, nope, you're not using us today. Every time I've tried to refresh on a brand new page even, is like, nope. You cannot get a ducking thing. But I'll post the Blue Sky link for those of you who have Blue Sky in here, because you should have Blue Sky, because Blue Sky is objectively better than Twitter. I posted a work in progress. I'm doing a thing. Y'all don't know what's coming. Y'all don't know what's coming at all for Thanksgiving next week. I'm inviting a friend. The friend does not have a name. If y'all have any names for a turkey, I need for no reason whatsoever. You know, no reason whatsoever. No reason in particular. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what Cat Duck says. Speaking of which, I would absolutely love to play Pokemon again. I'm really feeling Pokemon right now, but I also know that I need to plan. So, with, no further ado, I guess. Woo! Let's, get this whole thing, straightened out here. Let's see. I gotta reopen Clip Studio here because, unfortunately, I just had a weird Spanish-English mix-up in my brain, and I'm not sure, why it happened. I was gonna say desafortunadamente or unfortunately, and then it decided to happen at the same time in my brain. My brain is way too chatty this morning. You planning play Pokemon? I know it's easy for you to say, but you see, chat, he not planning to do. And as part of our event next week, y'all are gonna get a treat. I'm not gonna show you too much yet, because obviously I don't have a whole lot done. But for those of you who happen to be here right now, a quick sneak peek here. We got a turkey friend coming over. Except Duxer, this is mine. EXE stopped working. Duck.exe stopped working. But yeah, sneak peek. Y'all don't get to see anymore though. Y'all get that quick glimpse. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and make a new thing here. I'm going to put on the grid. Here we go. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun thing, I think. We're gonna have fun next week for sure. I have so many plans. I have been planning this, you guys. Like, honestly, I have actually been planning this for like 2 years, I want to say. I was gonna do it last year, right? But here's what happened. Life happened. Turkey names: Chrome, Magnesium, Nitrate, Galaxy Destroyer. I can't even say that one. Icanoconiosos, Nori, Mushroom, Weed Killer, Snail, Onion, Shark Bug. Those are some very interesting names. I know Zyrite gave me some last night, because I was thinking about like a tea name. So the last name could be Turkey, you know? I know Zyrite came up with Tiffany, Tanya, Abby, Tracy, Emmy, Tamika, Kara. I thought Tina, but I thought Tina was like I don't know. Chrissy? Girly? True Blueberry, Raspberry Zinger, Wildberry, Contra Peaches. I mean, Contra Peaches. I don't like that because I was thinking about giving her a Southern Belle voice, you know? Talking a little bit like this, maybe. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I have not figured it out yet, but we're gonna have turkey on stream. So let's see what we can do for planning. Because for planning, let me get a drink of my hot cocoa real quick, guys. I like to make hot cocoa a lot for myself. I really like hot cocoa. I have a problem with cocoa. Cocoa problems. So let's see here. I'm gonna try to find my list I originally made. I originally made a list like a month-ish ago. Yeah. Okay. So. I have already come up with some ideas. And I wrote them to myself in my own Discord. So I'm just gonna do a quick snipping tool copy paste here, because that'll just be easier. Or maybe not because it's way too ducking small. Okay, okay, let me just copy paste then, because clearly that is the way. Ella Stacy, face cytokinesis. Tosh, short for Natasha. Okay. Hey, Rin, Vivian. You know, it's funny you mentioned Vivian. I don't really want children per se, because a number of reasons, including the fact that I'm pretty sure I'm infertile. I don't have I don't lay fertile eggs. If you will. But I always thought, if I ever had a child, when I had a girl, I would name her Vivian. Or if I had a boy, I would name him Vincent. I don't know why I love V names. I have a weird thing about V names. I don't know why I didn't go with a V name, but I didn't. I do have a 4-legged child, though, and his name is Bo, and he is the most adorable pupper in the world. And he is just exceedingly cute. Like, all the ducking time, he is just doing the cutest things, and my heart melts every fucking time. See if I could pull up a recent real quick, because I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. On account of he is extremely... Okay. I got a picture. Okay, I need to change. Y'all can see. Do-do-do-do. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the grid so you can see better. There we go. Look at this. Look at his cute little face. How can you not love that? He's like a teddy bear. With his little ears and the curly fur. He is so ducking cute. I can't chat. I'm cuddling with one of my 4-legged brothers right now. I believe it. But yeah, that's my little boy. He is super, super cute. Also, actually, there was another one I could show you. I think last night. Give me. I think I gotta send it to myself because I don't have it on my computer. Give me just a moment, chat. Give me just a second here. Because I think y'all find this hilarious. Okay, because there is a progression in these pictures. And it tells a story. He is a Chorky. Or a Chorky mix, I should say. He is about a quarter Chihuahua, about a quarter Yorkie. A Yorkshire Terrier, if you will. He's got a little bit of Pug, a little bit of Dachshund, a little bit of Pomeranian, a little bit of Poodle. And yeah. So you're gonna see a progression, a story in these pictures, chat. Are you ready? This is the first one. Okay? This is the second one. And this is the third one. He was just staring down the stairs at Zyride and I last night, just like, why aren't you coming up? Why aren't you coming up, Mama? You're supposed to be up here. You're supposed to be up here. Why aren't you coming yet? If I ever had a child, I would feel so bad because I'd end up naming them something so extra, like Xanthopy? Artemis Eleni? Venetia or Venetia? I'm not sure. Vivian? Rin? Thank you for that. Thank you for that link. Veronica Monica's not bad, and neither is Anastasia or Anastasia, depending on, you know, your pronunciation. Yeah, he knows things. Tender duck? No. No, we don't roast the duck. We do not eat the duck. Y'all keep whacking me. Yeah, he just... Literally, it was a situation of doop, doop, doop. I took those pictures all in order, just like that. He stayed there staring the entire ducking time. It was the funniest thing. Not tender enough. What are you talking about? Not tender enough. We don't eat duck here. But yeah. Little pupper. Boop. Okay. But for real now, chat. For real. Eyes again, because I'm wider. No. Because this is not going to be an actual picture. So. Okie dokie. Let's go. Okay, I put something in the memes for your Discord. I want you to see. Oh, look. By the way, if you guys are not in the Discord, y'all can join using that link right there. It's still November, so I agree. Oh, we don't have Thanksgiving in my country. As for the Christmas song, no has Thanksgiving. Yeah, well. But you see, it's winter time. Mariah Carey has thawed. I just want to remember. We got here. Oh boy. TikTok. You realize I have not used TikTok in months. Let me see if I can play this in. Y'all will probably hear it. So give me a moment here so I can, because I haven't seen this yet. I'm gonna check this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my pupper loves warm clothes stuff too. But I've never seen a dog do that. Oh my goodness. That is too funny. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, no, I know. It's just I didn't want to have the sound playing with no context, you know? Christmas is when tax return comes. What? I didn't know that's when tax returns come. I guess maybe for some. But usually they come in like around April, I want to say. If you get a tax return, sometimes you owe, especially if you make money. Like actually making money like on your own, like hustling, you know, side gig, whatever you want to call it. My entire life is a side gig. So, I know a little bit too much about that. A little bit too much. So, let's see. Because the thing I want to do, because I am terrible at this, I kind of copy the text here. Because these would be like subathon, or not really subathon, but like donathon. Go ahead. Different font here, so it's easier to read. make it bigger. Y'all can see it. Oh my ducking god. That is not what I wanted to have happen, but it happened. I'm gonna be in debt for 9 years of education. I'm still in debt for less than 1 year of education, so I feel you there. Yeah. Taxes do keep rising over here in the US, at least. I don't know about other countries. I know a lot of countries are struggling in general now, though. So these are the ideas I had, and I don't know why I decided to still wanted to do it in pink. Maybe because the font name is Peachy Rose. I don't know. But I thought I could do it in black, but it did not do it in black. So here we are. Okay? Okay? I'm going to kind of highlight everything left. Going. Gonna move this over. I'll lower the font size. Again. Size of everything. I have a lot of things running right now. I have Mix It Up. I have Stream Avatars. I have Sammy. I have VTuber Studio. Why do I have Steam open? I should close Steam. I have Clip Studio. I have OBS. I have my audio software. I have Slack. I have Discord. I have Spotify. I have Tits, which I actually want to turn that into a trigger for my models so that Tits pops up anytime I say Tits. Because whenever I say Tits, I'm meaning Twitch integrated throwing system. I know I just said a whole lot, but I'm being serious. Yes, I have tits. Do not take that out of context, chat. But yes, I have tits. Twitch integrated throwing system is a program. I have line open for some reason. I should close line. Speaking of which, I still need to make line stickers. I've been meaning to make line stickers for a while now. Okay, so y'all can see kind of like the list I've come up with so far. And while I'm doing this, I'm also gonna change the resolution because I want to actually smaller to make it less bulky for the here. I think I'm gonna go down to 300 dpi. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. He likes her tits? No! I mean, yes, I like tits with the software. I have brought a bun. Oh, you mean a bunny, or like a bun, like a cinnamon bun, or like a bun, like a bun, like bread roll bun. Also, I love peach tea. Might already went into the gutter. Yeah, I would imagine. Also, hello, picture. Hello. It is good to see you again. I successfully moved. I no longer live in Delaware. Instead of I live in the mountains. I'm a mountain duck now. A bun as in bunny. Oh. Bunnies are adorable. I do love bunnies. In fact, there was fun fact about me. Before I became a duck, an online internet duck, I played a game, a war game, that may or may not have inspired my concept as, you know, a bomber pilot duck. But I played this war game. And my brain just fizzled out for a moment. And I was, no, you can't, no, don't do that. Oh no. Ah! Oh yeah, I remember now. Thanks for smacking me. Bunnies are cute and they aren't pooing in my garden. I mean, fertilizer. Focus. Yes, yes. Posted to Discord. Oh no. I had a friend I was in a guild with, or an alliance, whatever you want to call it. And let's just call her Bunny Girl, okay? That's not her actual name. But I'm not gonna use her actual name because she has issues with stalkers, and I don't need her finding more stalkers because I said her online name or something. But anyway, she's a bunny breeder, and she literally would even take bunnies to contests. And one of my old names, do not use this to try to dox me, I swear to duck and God. One of my old names was Enchiladas. Yeah, you can tell I love food. And so one of my nicknames was Enchi. And so she decided to name one of her bunnies Enchi. And yeah, so there was actually a bunny named after me. Yeah. That's the story. It ends there. always sidetracked. No, you ducking didn't. No, you ducking didn't, Link. Link did it. Link did the clip. So you're admitting that your edible friend... No! No! No eating ducks. Ducks are friends, not food. Other birds are fine, though. Other birds are very great in chat. You know? Other birds are fine. Let's see, we got chat writes a tweet as an incentive. Oh, chat designs my next toggle or expression added to my models. I got 2 models I use now. I might re-rig my old model if y'all want to have it back as like a redeem, because I still have to make my chibi model as a redeem. I did, Ducky, I took it. Oh no. No. Why? Y'all are too much. And I did not admit I was an edible friend. I admitted I was a duck and had a bunny named after me. I was thinking also I might re-rig my old model for fun. You just admitted you're an edible friend from the story. No. No. I still have another thing about spicy ramen, so we can have spicy as duck ramen part 2 electric boogaloo. I got my old sketchbook, which I did actually bring with me in my new move from literally over a decade ago. We can do, a gander through. Duck ASMR, walking like this and quiet. Because people like it, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm too chaotic. I don't feel like duck ASMR would last very well. I mean, maybe like quack, 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 quack. Let's see. Got my real voice reveal because I'm sure you might have noticed by now. I have a range. This is not my actual voice. I mean, it is. It is my actual voice. I voice act, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I prefer the medical ASMR. What? Thank you, Villain. Thank you for voting. I appreciate that. I need more people voting. But, like, scary. Hello, good morning, Queenie. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm going over my ideas for the Duckathon, Donathon, whatever you want to call it. Because I need to pay for things, like sound panels. I can't do karaoke if I don't have sound panels. Yeah. And those cost like 20 bucks or something. I mean, it's not that much, but right now I am a broke duck. I'm dealing with liquidity issues with my business. So right now I don't really have money for anything. And I just moved 400 miles, which is like 700 kilometers or something like that, away from where I was living a month ago. Literally a month ago, I was living in a completely different part of the country. I mean, it's still technically the same part of the country, but I technically moved from the northeast to the south. I'm in the mountains now. I'm a mountain duck. And thank you, picture. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Also, Queenie, I do have a link pinned. If you notice, if you want to vote for, crowd control games for my Duckathon, which I'm going to be starting either Wednesday or Sunday. I have not decided yet. It depends on if I'm ready or not. Because I got a lot to do, including the fact that I have a turkey to cook, if you will. Because I'm a rigging artist, we cooking, right? I don't mean anything, malicious by that whatsoever. We're not actually cooking a turkey. Maybe. Possibly. I want to know I love you too much. Aww. I love you too, Angel. Although when I was posting the Discord, well, I appreciate that. I really do. Because, I forgot to make that form until it was like later in the day, and I was like, whoopsie poopsie, I totally forgot that. Having and veggies most likely for our turkey dinner. Gotcha. Speaking of which, chat, that reminds me. Give me a second here. I actually want to quickly show y'all a game I'd like to play for Thanksgiving, or at least have our turkey friend play for Thanksgiving, because I think it would be quite appropriate on a day where a turkey debuts on Thanksgiving. A moment here. Oh no, I did not actually mean to open this up. Let's get back out of here. We are not trying to play the actual game. Let's go back. Okay, we are going to pause the music for just a moment so that y'all can hear this. Okay. I think y'all are getting it. I didn't realize it would close if I moved it. I think that would be an appropriate game for our turkey friend to play, right? This is the one you showed me last night. Yeah, it's that one. Salad sandwiches, turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and some gravy. Yes. That sounds delicious. And right there to die for. Now that's how you run a burger joint. Exactly. Not sure if we might go to aunts or not. Might be due to grandma wanting us around. My grandpa asked. Makes sense. Also, there's a wild flamingo in chat, you could type exclamation point poke catch to try to catch it. I want that one for some reason. The Pokemon. Which that reminds me, I came up with the idea, like a few ideas for interesting VTuber ideas like a day or so ago. I have 2 pages left before I can get a break. Yippee! That does sound amazing. Oh, nice. Nice gifting for the Pokemon community game. That was really nice. Um, but yeah. I hope you get that done soon, Blizzfish. I know I really want to get a whole bunch of stuff done so I have time to actually relax and like play games and stuff. I have so much I need to draw. I have sketches I need to get done today, and I also have a turkey to cook up in live 2D, you know? You know? Well, yeah, I figure that'll be a fun game to play for Thanksgiving. Aw, I didn't catch the flamingo, but Link did. Nice. We'll have a present apparently. Oh, nice. So yeah, I didn't realize that Epic, the launcher would cause the audio to stop if it wasn't open, kind of like an actual game. That was interesting. But yeah, I got a whole lot of games on Epic, honestly. Um, Speaking of, actually, I'd like to show y'all what I got because y'all, if you don't already use Epic Games, you really should. This week they have the Castlevania Anniversary Collection for free. Which, is just a whole ducking ton of games. Is like all of the early Castlevania. All the way up to like even Kid Dracula is on it. It's amazing, Flamigo. You want it, Ducky? I mean, I would love a Flamigo. I don't really know how to use the Pokemon community game very much because I mostly just collect the Pokecoins and then do the Poke catches. I really should actually look into like all the rules and stuff because I know Andy Ace of Cats, another viewer on the channel and part of the community, as mentioned before, they actually have a Discord server where they like share a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I have a ton of games, you guys. I even sometimes play them when I'm off stream. Not very often, but I do sometimes. Uh, don't look at that. That doesn't exist. Um, let's see. We got even like Dragon Age, but as far as like stuff I would probably play on, like we do have the Godlike Burger, which looks really interesting. A game about cannibalism is a restaurant. I got Loop here. I didn't realize. I know Acels had mentioned, and someone else had mentioned a while back that Loop Hero was on, I think, Itch for free, and I got it from Itch, but I also got it from Epic. I didn't realize at the time I got it from Epic. I've also played Balloons TD6 a lot. More than I care to admit. Steals my games. No. You can get them for free. I still look at Epic. I'm always on Steam. Epic is where I got two really epic games for free. Yeah, there's a lot on here for free. These are all of my games I have on here. As you can see, I got a lot. I even have ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. Got K Story Plus, that one. Why am I yawning so much? I even have Super Meat Boy Forever. Infinifactory, which is similar to Satisfactory, I think, but like 2D. I think it's 2D. I'm not sure. Haven't played it yet. Um, Fallout games that were on here for free. They've had this one for free twice. There's the Outer Worlds, which I keep hearing good things about. I don't know much about it, but I hear good things about the Outer World. Have Thief. Also, Arcade Paradise looks like ducking fun. Like, you guys have to see Arcade Paradise. I'll do this so that y'all can see this one. This was a really cool one. I did not expect.
Mop, bins, wash, profit, sleep. Wake up, mop, bins, wash, profit, sleep. This is boring. Wait.
If I steal them, you will follow.
Mop,
So to no.
bins, wash, profit, arcade, sleep. Wake up, mop, bins, wash, profit, arcade, profit, sleep. Wake up, mop, bins, wash, profit, arcade, more arcade, profit, sleep. Wake up, mop, bins, wash, profit, arcade.
Aggressive there.
Arcade, upgrades, more profit, sleep. Go from rags to riches in Arcade Paradise, the ultimate sim management arcade gaming mashup.
Yeah, so I have this game and I would love to play it. It looks fun. Granted, I actually never watched the trailer with the audio on because I tend to watch things without audio on because I'm hard of hearing already as it is. But also just I don't like to disturb other people. But it looked like fun, so yeah, I did get taken aback a little bit by that very aggressive, loud, uh, voiceover. But the game looks fun, not gonna lie. It does look fun, but it's not fun. It's very aggressive and in your face, like, hello, welcome. Love Thief. Yeah, I haven't played it, but I do have it. Let's see what else I got. Got the Guardians of the Galaxy, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, and yes, I have played this game. Just not the Plus version. I'm not gonna spoil for those who haven't. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna drink some more of my hot cocoa, I think. Oh. 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 I'm out of hot cocoa. I gotta drink seltzer now. Yippee! I have a seltzer, blackberry seltzer. This game is awesome! Yep, pretty much. Well, let's see. I have the Evil Within, the Evil Within 2. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. And of course, down here, if you actually look here, where was it? Right there. We were here. Expeditions, Friendship. I got that one. I also started playing this one, like when I was offline, because I was like, this looks pretty, but it doesn't look like a game I would play on stream. And then I was like, oh, and I never finished it. Because I had to go to sleep for the night and I forgot to open it up again because ADHD. I will say this: Evil Within is better than Evil Within 2. You know, that kind of reminds me. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do. That reminds me that Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. I have to say this. They're better than the remastered version. The original ones are. Now, hear me out. I know what you're probably thinking, but Lucky, how can an HD remaster be any worse than the originals? Well, I'm glad you asked, even though you definitely did not ask. You see, the graphics are so bad. So bad, chat. That I would rather emulate the PS2 version or get a PS2 and get the PS2 version and play it like that on stream instead of playing my legally owned and current up-to-date version of Final Fantasy X and X-2 remastered. I have the game remastered. I think the best way to show the difference would be to show exactly like just like a comparison video, but I don't have my stuff set up for that. But if you're ever curious, just look up for the comparison video between the remaster and the original. It's so bad. The main character, whether you call him Titus or Titus, I don't know. I'm gonna say it. The remaster version, he looks like he's high on crack the whole time. Like it's bad. So ducking bad. Because like he has like super like dark lashes that are like super jarring and his eyes are like super white and his eyes are like super blue. And you're like, what happened here? Yeah, the original models were really nice because even though they were a lot more low poly, they at least were very expressive. Was their high on crack are the best and most crazy? That's the thing though, is that he's not actually high on crack. He just looks like he's high on crack. The entire time he's just like, I'm like a lost kid. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm gonna try to get back to my home, Xanarkin. And I'm gonna help Yuna get to Xanarkin. I don't want to spoil, but you don't want to go to Xanarkin. But besides that, he looks like he's on crack. He looks like he's on crack. I'm sorry. and Waka has no tongue. And there's so many things wrong with the models. They just don't look right. It's like in every iteration past the first, Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2, everything past that, they can't seem to make the characters look consistent. And besides that, they just look wrong. They just look so wrong. And at one point you'll think that the main character looks American, another point you'll think he looks Japanese, you never know. Just Final Fantasy got everything got hooked up where you need to go. Yeah. And the you only play part 2. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's fair. When I was a kid, I only played the end of Final Fantasy X because when my father passed in 2006, obviously, he left behind his PS2 and I would play the game after he passed from his save. He had everything maxed out, which is ducking insane when you think about it because maxing out stats in that game is insane. I'm gonna head out and watch anime. Have fun, everyone. Also, you like the clip, Dougie? I have not watched it, but I saw it. Fucking saw it. And I'm gonna watch it after stream. I'm gonna come for you, Lunk, when you least expect it. um, yeah. Also, this looks kind of cool. Just a side note. And this is a game about like making donuts and like a donut factory kind of deal. Um, prime game or prime grind time. Yes. But yeah. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Uh so so yeah, that's I feel I haven't really looked at this much yet, but it feels like it's gonna be somewhat like Pokemon. I got that feel. Horror game. I forget what this is. Because I have not had the time to play everything. I do want to check this one out and that one. These feel like games I would play. I'm very. And then we also got a snake bird. Yeah. Before I get more distracted here. Okay. Uh, some more things. So I mentioned real voice reveal because this is not my actual like voice. Um, And then another one is Matt picks a crowd control game. A reward for a 3-hour stream, basically during the I guess I should take this on. There we go. Hello, Addie. Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Also, there is a wild Absol in chat you could try to catch using exclamation point Pokecatch. There's one horror game I miss, Silent Hill Downpour, but that's off stream game. The content, yeah, I believe that. Like, I believe the Outlast trials, I think, had some bits that show, but I've seen a few people manage to still stream it and get away with it. But yeah, it's always better to err on the side of caution, especially if you're a little guy, you know? It's a little guy. Good morning. I know it's super, super early for you. What are you doing awake, Addie? It's like 5. Also, I guess we got an ad break now, so we'll go ahead and move to the ads. Okay. Okay. We are back. And yes, early bird does get the worm. As they say. So, where were we? I see. So, another incentive I came up with was this, that y'all can go on a crowd control reward for a 3-hour stream. Another one was first ever Duck's Nest Discord movie night, because I've never done one. I don't know how to do one. I'm still a Discord noob, even though I've been using Discord for years now. Good morning! Hello, Azul! And also, awesome! Good job, Lizfish. I'm proud of you. You got it done. Yes, go eat a biscuit. Enjoy. I hope you're doing well, Dazzle. It's good to see you. I am coming up with ideas for my Duckathon Donathon thing for, I guess, either starting Wednesday or Sunday. I'm not sure yet. It's going to depend on how soon I can get everything prepped. Because I literally did just move. I just moved from another state. And here in the US, that is looking hard. Especially when you almost get charged almost $1,000 more than you expect to actually pay when you move. A cold duckling, the heater woke me up. Oh no. I'm thankful that here I can literally have the window open and be fine. That was the case at where I used to live, except the fact that there were so many smokers constantly smoking around that I was effectively trapped. I couldn't open the window at all, and it shot my energy bill up so much. And they still had the audacity to try telling me that I need to pay, and keep living there. And I'm like, no. Y'all messed up. I gave you over a year to fix your smoking issue. And I've been saying for over a year now that I can't survive in these conditions. Good morning, Ben. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're planning. We're planning. If you have any ideas, please shout them out. I am happy to add some stuff to the list. I got some fun stuff cooking up for Thanksgiving next week too. Hope y'all will be here for that. I'm gonna have a turkey friend running the stream. A normal turkey friend. Currently setting up Linux on my laptop. Oh, nice. How's that going for you? Was it originally a Windows PC or was it originally a Mac? Because I know Macs can be a bit harder to get set up for like dual booting and whatever. Because of all the protections that Apple puts on stuff. I tried to set up a Linux VM for testing purposes for my company. like about a year ago, I want to say. I broke it. I broke it. I really did. And I broke it so bad that I couldn't even try to reinstall it. I was like, you know what? I give up. I give up. I was running Windows 10, but because Microsoft pulling support in October next year, decided to go to Linux. Yeah, that makes total sense. I'm probably going to upgrade to, I think it's the government edition of Windows 11. I have Windows 10 right now. And I hate Windows 11, but reportedly there is a version of Windows 11, I want to say, that comes without all the bloatware. Yeah, but even so, you could check out, see if you could use the, I think it's called the government edition. It comes without all the bloatware, and you can actually run it on PCs that say they don't support Windows 11. You just have to, I guess, hard install it. Yeah, your PC's gonna keep doing that, Dazzle. My PC originally was telling me that until it said, actually, you know, no, no, no. Your computer's not actually compatible, so you don't get to upgrade. And it's not like I wanted to upgrade in any case because I hate Windows 11 and I haven't even used it yet. I hate Windows 10 even right now because of the fact that it has so much ducking bloat. So much ducking bloat. I do not care about your Copilot. Okay, I do not want your Copilot on my PC. If I had the patience to go into the registry and delete it every time, I would delete Copilot every time. Honestly. I worked on Linux for many years, so decided to go back. Makes sense. Makes total sense. You know, there's just a lot of programs that aren't quite compatible with Linux, which is why I stick to Windows. I don't know how Windows or not Windows, but Linux does for Live 2D, and I kind of need my Live 2D. I created a powerful script to remove bloatware from Windows 10. It may work on Windows 11. It probably would, because a lot of things are still the same in Windows 11. They just added a ducking ton more bloatware, and it is awful. It's just like it was back in like the 90s before I think it was the FTC that had to bust Microsoft for making it super hard to download any browser that wasn't Internet Explorer, you know? Still need to uninstall McAfee. Yeah. McAfee ducking sucks. If anything, I would recommend Windows Defender. As crazy as that sounds, it actually works now. Um, or or Malwarebytes. I've always had good luck with Malwarebytes, although now they have a lot more pop-ups than they used to have, which is annoying. But everyone's doing subscriptions nowadays. That's just how it is. PowerShell? Oh yeah. Yeah. I know some PowerShell. I use PowerShell all the time because Windows does that thing, I'm sure you know, that where it likes to have corruptions in the operating system and things stop working right, and then you end up having to go in, or an update goes wrong. So then you have to go in, you have to run a DISM scan or an SFC scan, and you have to wait and see how it is, make sure there's no corruptions, and then you're good to go. I hate Windows. If Linux was easier to use, just think all the computer waste that would be reduced. Absolutely. Um, what's the other one? Malwarebytes? Is it is a floofing malware and virus in itself for McAfee? Yeah. And there's a Lavia. You were there for me when I was a budding computer user, but it's turning sour. Yep. Oh yes, it was even harder for the days of PowerShell. Yeah. Yeah. I started out with command prompt, CMD, good old run, CMD, and just SOC space / scan now space / R space / F. All the commands. Can y'all tell I worked in tech support? Yep, yep. Terabytes? Uh, PowerShell or malware bytes. Like malware and then bytes, like BYTES bytes. Like bytes of memory. But yeah, I have not really. I need to honestly continue brushing up on Python. I'm not much of a coder, but I know Python is a widely used language and used for a lot of things in scripting and whatnot. So I have to brush up on that and learn more. Maybe I'll do it for a stream one day. Duck learns coding. Hello, Julius. Good morning. Good morning. By the way, I don't think I have a command for you. I feel bad here. But y'all, Julius is another one, another VTuber here on y'all should go follow. But yeah, I very much Angel, go eat food. Go eat food. Eat. Yeah, I'm in hiatus at the moment. Yeah, I haven't seen you on for a bit. I've seen you, pop on. I think Blue Sky and stuff. Cody. I need to brush up on it. I was doing solo learn because solo learn is it's on mobile and so you can learn from mobile. And yeah, cold turkey from I remember because you were taking November off. PowerShell coding stream. Oh no. Maybe. I mean, I haven't really done much coding in PowerShell. I more learned how to use like commands and stuff to make things work. No. Yes. Yes, go eat. Go eat. I command thee. Also, there's a wild drowsy in chat. You could try to catch it using exclamation point pokecatch. More job hunting. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Total sense. I'm actually looking for some part-time work myself because I need to supplement while I am dealing with some liquidity issues with my company because trying to run a startup is a lot of work. And then having to move on top of that has just thrown a complete and total monkey wrench in things. But, when your landlord is trying to illegally kick you out after trying to illegally tow your car, after just not addressing the issues you have that are causing major health issues for you, I had to leave. Do I look like it? No, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. If you don't do it for you, do it for me. Okay? You gotta eat. Even if it's just like a PB&J. That was my breakfast, okay? That was my breakfast. I had a PB&J made by your sister, mind you. So, yeah. I also had salami because salami's good. It's also filling because it's protein. But yeah, startups can absolutely be rough. In my case, I'm dealing with a liquidity issue where the banks have decided, hey, yo, we know you got money, but we're just gonna kind of hold on to it for 2 months straight. I'm not happy about that, chat. I'm not happy about that at all. But it should be over soon. And then I'll be able to pay my rent for December and I'll be able to pay for food and pay for everything else I need, just like this last year. Honestly, the last few years. Don't start a startup if you're faint of heart because it is a lot of duck and work. I will note that. Yeah, your cook lives here now. Yeah, landlords are an absolute pain. Then they tried to evict me illegally, and they also tried to tow my car illegally. They're like, your tags aren't up to date. I'm like, the heck they aren't. I even had the paperwork to show them. Like, look. And they wanted every ducking excuse. Every ducking excuse to try to kick us out. So I was like, you know what? You want us out that bad? Fine, we'll leave. Goodbye. Goodbye forever. I will never see you again. Goodbye. But now I'm in a really pretty place. I'm in a very pretty place. Yeah, landlords here in the US, what are you going to do about them? Um, but so far the new place has been fine. I've been here for like 2 weeks now, a little bit more than 2 weeks. Been here since the first of the month. Husky family was about to take up torches and pitchforks that day. Yeah, we did have our car towed because they signed the wrong parking space for years. Sheesh. Yeah, they said, "Oh, you have a sticker on your car that says 2014 or not 14, 2024." I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, are you actually serious here? It is October. It is October. Okay? Um, how are you going to wait 10 months to bring up a sticker, not even the tags, but a sticker on the car and then try to tow me? Get the duck out. Get the duck out." I had to park downtown that night because I was afraid they were going to tow me. And that costed me like another 40 bucks. No, no, they definitely did not give me my deposit back, and they're trying to say they're going to try to sue me, and I'm like, "Nope. Nope, not happening. I have all of the receipts. I have all the emails proving that you did nothing, and I've been saying for months. Months. Yes, I will absolutely take them to court too. I have no hesitation here. Corporate America is just awful. Yeah, it will be. It absolutely will be court action. Um, they'll try to pull up the "you didn't clean up when you left, and you didn't give us 60 days." Do you think I'm going to give someone 60 days notice when they're, I don't know, trying to, kick you out illegally? Huh? Think I'm going to give you 60 days notice? You tried to give me 2 days notice when there's a 5 days notice, number one. Number two, I had the money to pay. But no, no, your portal was down. And you just wanted to kick me out. That's all you want to do. I'm not salty at all. I'm not salty at all. No, no. I live in a prettier place now. Much prettier. Yeah. I mean, they definitely destroyed my health by not addressing the smoking issue. In fact, they're like, "Oh, we'll send another email." They never sent another email, by the way. I have proof. I have ducking proof. Because they send out email blasts to all of the people living in all of their communities, right? And they recently sent out an email blast, but it wasn't for smoking. And then they sent an email to me, a few days later about, the non payment for rent. And I'm like, "No, you guys have the keys. They're in the unit. I left them there." I literally sent a picture of the keys, just like, you know, because of the fact that they did not do anything to help me in the entire time that I was there when I was having issues. You can't just expect someone's going to keep paying for rent in a place that is destroying their health. And I've been saying we cannot continue to live here. I own a business. I have to run things. If my health deteriorates, you ain't getting paid anyway. Because I can't make money if my health ain't there. Yeah, I have to be a boss, honestly. I have to be. And I am a boss. I own technically two companies. Well, part of one company and then an entire other company, but the other company is worthless. So, yeah, it's a placeholder right now. Um, oh, I've already left them reviews. I've already left scathing reviews. I did that months ago. Um, before the neighbor upstairs stuff, you know. But I have come out a stronger person, literally, because of the fact that I can actually breathe now, chat. I can breathe. You notice I'm not really skipping stream at all. Now that I have my PC set up, there's no more skipping stream. I'm here for all my streams. I'm not dying. I'm not gasping for breath every 5 seconds. I can actually go up and down stairs and not have an asthma attack because there's no smoking here. It's just clean mountain air. Yeah, I went through a ton. I sent them so many videos showing the air quality on an actual air quality meter, okay? I was showing them, and they still did nothing. And I'm extremely asthmatic, right? And cigarette smoke is a massive trigger for me because Unfortunately, I know a lot of people might get sensitive about this, but I'm gonna just lay it out there. I have trauma from my mother. My mother just smoked my entire childhood until I left home, and she never treated me well. She neglected me, she did not take care of me. I basically had to raise myself from, like, the time I was about 12 until I was honestly now. Honestly now. Um, I left home at 17 to get out of the smoke and, actually make a life for myself, not in poverty. I told my mom that, I don't care what you say. I'm leaving home at 18. Not, a day after. I don't care if I have a home or not, I'm leaving. And I left. But I left actually before I turned 18. I actually left when I was 17. Because what was originally supposed to happen was I actually took an exam at Indiana University to qualify to be one of a very few select number of students going from high school and into, college years. Well, not really quite college years, but either college years or into their senior year. It was, juniors and seniors were the only people who could apply for this. I took this test for Spanish, and the goal of it would be if I passed it, I could actually go to Merida in Mexico for the summer and stay with the host family and learn, to speak the language more fluently. Well, you see, I had undiagnosed ADHD and I'm also autistic, and that was also undiagnosed. I did not get the scholarship money in time for being able to go. So instead of going to Mexico when I was 17, I went to Missouri to visit my sister by bus. Greyhound. I didn't even have like a proper smartphone or anything. I just had a flip phone. And that was my only means of communication back home. And I took a few of my belongings. I took my PS3. I took, clothes. I took my GameCube controller. I took a few other things I had. I thought I would be coming back, you know? But then I ended up visiting my sister in Florida. And then I ended up staying in Florida. And I never went home. And I never saw my mom again. And she passed away when I was 19. Yeah. You don't value your lungs or breathing, this place is perfect for you. Yeah, I actually said something along the lines of that. I would show you the review, except that would dox myself, so, and I don't wanna be doxing myself. Yeah, I went through a lot, for people who wonder why I don't, like, push for people to spend on me and stuff, it's because I've been there. I've been in poverty. I'm still technically poverty, but I'm not at the same level of poverty that I was in. I can actually breathe. I can live. I can do work. I can, buy food. I'm just in America poverty now. The typical middle class poverty that we have. I'm not rich. I'm not rich by any means. Um, but I'm also not like homeless poor either, And I'm grateful for what I have, and it took a lot of work to get here, and it's not easy. It's never been easy, but it's better now. Well, I'm living somewhere better. I mean, you could say, it's a terrible life and things happen. I've met so many people who've had terrible upbringings, and it's easy to just say you've had a terrible life and let it affect you negatively, and it will affect you negatively. But there's also good things that come of it. You learn how to be strong, you learn how to stand on your own and do things that you never thought you'd be able to do. I say my name's Lucky because I'm actually like the most unlucky person I've ever met in person. I have such terrible luck. Anything that can happen will absolutely ducking happen. Um, but at the same time, things always happen and then they work out. Like, as a great example of this that happened recently, was actually moving here because I had to rent 2 boxes from U-Haul. And they were like, okay, so this is the breakdown of the fees. You're going to have to pay, to reserve the boxes. You're going to have to pay delivery fee to your apartment. You're going to have to pay for, the delivery fee to your new home. And if you have us hold them for longer than 7 days, then you'll need to pay a monthly storage fee for the boxes. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's all good. Fast forward, we move here. Day one of being here, we call, hey, yo, we want to get our boxes delivered so that, we can, get our stuff out and not have to, pay for the storage fee. They're like, okay, yeah, so, where are you located? So I give them a location. They're like, yeah, so the earliest we can do that is the 12th. I'm like, say what? Why is it almost 2 weeks? Number one, because it's not like I moved across the country. Okay, I moved literally 4 hours away, just 4 hours away. It's not even that far. Like I am literally an easy drive. Okay, I am the drive that you would have going to work if you were a super commuter. Okay, it ain't that far, or a road trip, for a family reunion. It's not that far. I'm like, what gives? Why is it going to be so late? They're like, well, we have to ship the containers from the warehouse in Baltimore to the warehouse over there. And I'm like, why? It's like 100 miles between the two locations. It's not that far. Why do we have to do this? They're like, and it's going to be $960. And I'm like, what? What? $960? And I have to wait almost 2 weeks? Well, I think they were trying to get you to pay for an extra month. It kind of felt like that, but no, they were like, yeah, we have to ship it. I'm like, what? 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 I was never told this. And they're like, well, a third party does the shipping, so we can't really do anything about that. I'm like, are you trying to tell me you're holding my stuff hostage? Because how am I supposed to pull, excuse my language here, $960 out of my ass? Like, where am I supposed to pull that from? Like, nobody ever told me. Nobody ever told me. So, I was panicked. Very panicked because, again, like I said, I have terrible luck. I did not expect this. And I was like, I only have a certain amount of money for my budget, and I need to have some money for movers so that I can actually get everything inside because my body is broken from living in that hellhole. Again, apologies for the language there. Um, but after a bunch of escalation using my call center prowess, because I did work in a call center and I actually worked in corporate escalation, so I have a few tricks of the trade, if you will. We managed to escalate the case, and they eventually cut the delivery fee down to like $69. And then they completely figured out a way to remove that shipping fee. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So, I technically speaking pulled off a move that should have cost me about $1,000 more than it did. So, yeah. Cooking now? Alrighty. Yes, you should be cooking. Eat. Eat up. So yeah, that's a recent story of how unlucky this lucky duck is. I try to look on the bright side because usually there's something that can come out of the bad. Even if it is incredibly stressful. I do not recommend moving on a budget, especially in the US. About 30 minutes. Yeah, no problem. Definitely get some food in yourself. You should be eating. Uh on that note, I did actually take my meds today for once. I always forget to take them. Uh I think that's the only reason I've been able to even tell a half coherent story. Until then, I was told by brother to roast and eat it. No! Can't eat duck. But yeah, I've been through a lot. Happy where I am now. And I'll probably have to fight my former landlord in court. But chat. I'm happy. I'm actually happy. I got you guys. Like, honestly. And I got all my stuff. Minus a few things. I don't have my nightstand anymore. And I can't figure out where my plaque went for my sword. Don't ask me why I haven't. I'm joking. It's actually just a Legend of Zelda sword. I want to hug Lucky. Aww. Glad you found somewhere you can be happy now. Yeah, I'm very happy here. It's very nice. I love the weather. My window is open right now. It is 50 degrees outside. I can breathe. I can breathe, chat. Ah, that fresh mountain air. I don't need to have 5 industrial-sized air purifiers running at all hours of the day anymore. Innocent fallen back? No, but you can visit. The money startup has to leave. Yeah, that's a whole story. I mean, I could give you the Cliff Notes version of it. I actually have on Twitter, if I could find it on Twitter, because Twitter was fighting me today. Yeah, Twitter's still fighting me today. Somewhere on my Twitter, though, I have an old comic that I had posted that told the story of the biggest domino effect of my life. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I never wanted to be a business owner. I said, I want to be a little worker bee, I want to be just someone who does their job, goes home, relaxes, doesn't have to talk to anyone. And then I became an entrepreneur because that's what happened in my life. It happened out of nowhere, honestly. Lucky it was freezing cold here in the UK. Oh no. It was cold here last night. It was like 34 degrees, which is close to 0 Celsius. It was like 2 degrees Celsius or something like that last night. No lighting. But yeah, the biggest domino effect of my life is how I ended up running a startup. And also why I can't tell you about my startup, because telling you about my startup would mean revealing my identity. And also, I don't want anyone to think that any success I get as a VTuber is attributed to the success I had prior to being a VTuber. You know? Thank you for the stretchy stretch. Thank you for that. No lighting. Basically, I played a war game. I mentioned the war game earlier because, my bomber pilot aesthetic here. But I met someone by accident who happened to be like the top defensive player of the game. And she was super impressed by me because I managed to be nearly free to play and also like one of the top defensive people in the entire game. I scared some of the biggest attackers because I actually asked the strongest dude in the game to hit me solo. I was like, I'm not going to take any reinforcements. I would like you to hit me. And I understand I have like hundreds of dollars worth of troops in my account here, but I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit, And people thought I was ballsy. They really thought I was ballsy because I did insane things. I even at one point said, anyone who can burn me, just defeat me once, attacking me, I will buy them a $100 pack. No joke. And only 2 people managed when I put that bounty up. Only 2 people. And it took me being asleep for it to happen. But yeah, I caught her attention, back at the beginning, and as a result, I had figured out something, a way to make money out of the game we were playing. And so we teamed up and I began coaching people. I began doing a whole bunch of stuff, fixing people's accounts, and we made a lot of money, right? And that's where the business started. I started out with mobile gaming. I'm not even going to lie here. Uh, and I made a bit of a name for myself, caused a bit of chaos. And then we ended up starting a mobile esports company, and now I'm doing that. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all, but I'm doing it. Yeah, you probably have heard the story before because your sister was partially part of it. I enlisted her help. I said, "Hey, yo, will you help me?" And she said, "Sure." And so she helped me because she was also a really good player too. She was like one of the best. Like completely. She was actually completely free to play. I remember. Investing in coding might not be too bad. You might be able to automate a few things. Yeah. I know for a fact there's a few things that I need to figure out, like how to quickly weed through some of the tournaments that we have, because we have a lot of people who try to commit fraud. It is insanity. You know, I always talk all the time about how I love scam baiters like Dex, and because I love seeing scammers get get the rug pulled out from under them when they think that they're getting money, because I had so many people try to pull the rug out from under us, and I'm our defense. I'm the one stopping them. They're like, "Hey, we did this tournament and we want the sponsorship money to be paid out." And I'm like, "Why are there 20 people named Itachi Uchiha with just different variations in spelling? Can you tell me that?" Like, you know, uh you're I'm not gonna I don't actually tell them that, but that's just what I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, we see that there's fraudulent behavior in this tournament, so we're not paying this out. And also a bunch of people get banned, and then they try to call us scammers because if they're not getting paid, we must be the scammers. uh I hate scammers. That's why I love scam baiters, because they're scammers and tie up their time. So yeah, I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life. Yep, that is exactly how we met, Angel. That is exactly how your sister and I met. Is through playing the dumb mobile game. I guess scam techs and love to waste their time. Yeah, it is a blast, honestly. I once had a Japanese scammer, and by Japanese I mean they pretended to be Japanese. Uh, Say, "I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm from Japan." I was like, "Oh, konbanwa. お名前は何ですか?" And I was just typing in Japanese for fun, and they got mad, and they're like, "I prefer English." And I was like, "I prefer Japanese. Want to play this game?" And pretty sure I got blocked. Uh, that was a fun one though. It was very short, but they texted me like midnight, so I'm like, "No, no, we ain't playing this game. No, I'm going to troll you by using the nationality you're telling me that you are against you, because I know more Japanese than you do." Let's see. Another, by the way, for those of you who are coming in and popping in now, these are incentives I'm coming up with for my donathon. If y'all have any ideas, these are just the ones I've come up with personally. Yeah, always having fun with scammers, but do keep in mind, if you are going to do that, be very, very careful. You know, definitely read up on how to protect yourself because it's very easy for them to slip something under the radar and you could end up with a lot more spam. That's also a thing that can happen. Do keep that in mind. Most of the scammers I mess with are mostly with my work because they come to me and then I ban them and kick them out. Singing is a common one, yeah. Because it's funny you mentioned that because I have to figure out how I'm gonna do karaoke because I don't. Speaking of which, I need to actually play. I had stopped playing music because I was doing I was showing off the games I had and the trailers and whatnot. I always have a Duckster in your ball court. Yeah. Yeah. I very much deal with scammers on a daily basis. It is annoying, but it is what it is. And I have my means of finding out who they are. So it's not that hard. They're pretty dumb at hiding their tracks. Yeah, the karaoke thing, I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that because I don't want to get bonked by Twitch for copyrighted music. And I don't want to get bonked by YouTube for copyrighted music. But I also want to do it on Twitch. I don't know how I'm going to do it on Twitch and not get bonked. Because I want to sing a lot of things. Multi-streaming, not right now. Not right now. I have to set that up still for OBS. I have not gotten around to that. I have been so fucking busy. I still don't have everything unpacked. But I do know, I do actually want to do karaoke because I do actually have a range. What you are hearing right now is much higher than my actual voice is. Because I voice act. So I can actually sing super, super low. If you don't want to get bombed by the Twitch, you can split audio. Yeah, I have audio split. I had to figure out how exactly I'm going to do it. I have to see how the VOD track thingy works. Because that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I know, in one of my private Discords, one of my friends posted how to do it, so I'm going to have to look at that. I feel like Twitch is trying to get rid of music completely to a point and such. Yeah, it feels like that. They're not exactly trying to, but they have to do certain things. They did the DJ program so that they could give royalties to the owners of the music and then also allow the streamers to stream the music without having to worry about getting bombed. Yeah, either people turn off VODs or go on YouTube. Yeah, I hate doing that because I have ADHD and I will forget. Granted, I don't ever forget to hit the record button, so there is that. But yeah, I can sing a lot of things. Like, I can sing, Roads, I can sing Flowers by Miley Cyrus, I could sing, Meltdown, which is a Vocaloid song. It is originally by Ren Kagamine. Just try to find a royalty music. Yeah, but if you're doing like a karaoke though, you're gonna be using copyrighted song. Unless you're doing straight like Vocaloid and like ones that aren't really normally bonked, if that makes any sense. Just use no copy sounds on YouTube. Yeah, granted, I mean, everyone says that. I do recommend against that just because at any time they can be turned on for monetization, and yeah, that can be really, you don't really know where it comes from. That's why I always say if you want to listen to copyright-free music, use either Lo-Fi Girl, Game Chops, or Stream Beats. Those three are all free to use. You don't have to worry about being bonked. The most you might get is maybe a copyright claim on YouTube, because some of the songs do sound close to the original. Like I had one specific lo-fi Final Fantasy song get claimed on YouTube, and I was like, it's fine, I don't really care because I'm not even monetized on YouTube as it is. Yeah, some of the songs can be copyrighted and you don't really know where they come from. Yeah, I think you might just get a shock if I hear your singing voice. Yeah, I actually have a very big range. This is me voice acting, honestly, because I have a very low voice naturally. I am a contralto. If you know anything about musical terms, contralto is literally the lowest that a female voice goes. You can think of people like Ella Fitzgerald or Cher or Tracy Chapman. Those are all contraltos. I have a deep voice. Yeah. So things that are sung by men, I can often sing very well. This is my lucky voice that I always use when I stream. And I've been wanting to kind of reveal my voice for a while, but I want a reason to do it, you know? I do sometimes show snippets of my real voice whenever I'm like playing video games and doing different character like voices for characters because I'm weird like that. But besides that, y'all haven't really heard. Also, Angel has heard because Angel has heard me through voice chat and through calls. Thank you for the hydrate. I got some more of my sparkling water. Yeah, I didn't know I was contralto at first. I thought I was just a broken like female voice. I was like, why can't I sing like Idina Menzel? You know, probably the worst person you should be comparing yourself to if you're a woman who's trying to sing, because Idina Menzel is a goddess. That's like trying to compare yourself to like Whitney Houston or, you know, Mariah Carey. You can't. So I was like, why can't I be like Idina Menzel? You know? I'll give you a reason, because she's pretty. Aw, thank you. As well as moving Fallen. I say you have a unique voice. Yeah, I do actually have a very unique voice. And the weird thing is that this is, this is basically, the best way I can describe this voice that I'm doing right now is about 6 or 7 semitones pitched higher than my natural voice. But it's very natural for me to do it, because all I have to really do is just kind of bring in like my jaw a little bit, and it makes it a lot easier for me to make the higher sound. But as a result, I do have a bit more fluctuation because I can actually bring it down like that, but still keep it kind of high with the timbre, you know? So yeah, I got a lot of different ways I can change my voice up and do different things with it. That's also why I want to do karaoke. I have a hard time maintaining a higher sound over time. That's actually how I came up with this voice. This is the real Lucky Ducky VT voice. She is a real duck. I mean, that is true. And I'm not using voice changer. Like, this is all just voice acting. Because I can go really low if I wanted to. Like, this is pretty natural for me. It's not my actual voice, but I can actually go pretty low. And that's without even prepping my voice for that. Yeah. I like flexing voice and doing different things. It's fun. And also, I haven't done impressions for a long time. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, I told you. I have a very different kind of voice. I'm a contralto. I have a very low voice. It means I can do a lot of things that a lot of women can't do with their voice. And that you normally wouldn't hear. Because it's a very rare voice type. In one case, I realized I was speaking in a pitch that was in the power metal highs. Ooh. Like, I can make a really high voice if I wanted to, and sound a little bit more like an anime character, but I don't like doing that. I like sounding more like this, because this sounds a lot more natural for me. I don't have to really try that hard, and it's just pitching up my voice a bit. He thinks she's having too much fun. I mean, I am. You know, I like to play with my voice. I've had a lot of practice. You know, I was a music kid growing up. I was in band. I was the kid who moved so many times. I moved I went to 4 different elementary schools. I went to 2 different middle schools, and 2 different elementary schools, 2 different middle schools, and 4 different high schools. And in that time, I was in like 4 or 5 different middle school and high school bands and elementary school bands. I was actually in band in elementary school. And as a result, I learned a lot of instruments. I learned a lot about music. And whenever I moved to a new school and the band director would ask me, "Hey, what do you play?" I would say, what do you need me to play?" Because I played so much at the time. Usually I was like, okay, I'll go over with the clarinets. I'll go over with the flutes. At one point, I was put on piccolo. And let me tell you, piccolo, not easy. You have to blow so much harder than with flute. Flute is a lot easier. You don't have to blow so hard. Not like you're going down a producer path. I mean, as fun as that would be, I actually really enjoy live 2D. I really want to actually run a studio though. When I finally get through this startup stuff. And eventually, maybe we can IPO or something, you know? We can, sell the company, or I can sell some of my shares, and have a bit more cushion and be able to, build up another company. Bass guitar? Nah, trombone. I did actually learn how to play keyboard/piano as well. So I learned a lot. I learned a ducking lot. Unfortunately, though, I don't have many instruments anymore. I do have an ocarina. That I know how to play, but I need to actually practice to play it right. Oh, my mind went in the gutter. No gutter mind. I was having a squirrel moment. I play so many instruments. Why am I so talented? I mean, playing instruments is fun. It was fun. And your voice is an instrument too, Honestly, I could, to give you an idea of just how low my voice goes, guys. If you've ever heard Garth Brooks, that country music, Friends in Low Places, I can sing that. I can sing that. But, yeah. Always want to play guitar ever since childhood. Yeehaw! I might if I can do some karaoke. I just have to figure out the logistics first. I got a lot of songs I can sing. If there's a male singer in a song, I can probably sing it. And one song in particular that I could totally duet by myself is "Rewrite the Stars." Because it's a male and female duet. I can actually duet that by myself if I recorded both parts. Oh man, Angel. That works as well. Yeah. Have to wait on that. Right now I need to fix the duck waddle from flat feet. Yeah. So, I also do need to come up with a list of songs, because I can sing a lot of things. I started to put together on my, in a YouTube playlist, the different, songs that I could sing. Let me see if I could pull it up without actually playing it, because I don't... Muted to make sure that I don't accidentally play something that I shouldn't. Over here. Playlist, because I remember I actually put together a playlist so I could actually come back to it later because of karaoke. For learning mixing, I didn't want to play the trumpet as much, because even if you are good, it sounds like honk honk at home. I have to try horn again. It's funny you mention that, because actually one of the really cool things about moving to where I've moved to, guys, We have a recording studio downtown, literally a mile away from where I live. Like, I can literally walk there if I wanted to, so if I ever need to record a cover, I have an actual recording studio that I can go to. Welcome back, Link. Well, yeah, we actually do have a music studio. Yeah, I have a, play the playlist. I want to open it. I want to look at what I have in here. Like, things that I have in here. Don't judge me. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, just from training, I can learn what a lot of the violin players are doing to sound good in the likes of pop and rock songs. Hello, good morning, Mink. Good morning, good morning. Just chatting for a bit, you know, coming up with ideas for the Donathon for incentives. Also talking about karaoke because I do want to do karaoke after I figure out the logistics of how exactly I have to set things up and set it up safely. I mean, technically, it's still morning. It's only not morning on the East Coast, okay? If you're in Central Time, if you're in Mountain Time, if you are in Pacific Time, or if you are in Alaskan Time, if you're in Hawaiian Time, it's still very much morning. Although most of the rest of the world is definitely afternoon and evening. Super high redeem and be one Duck band cover. I mean, that is an idea. I can basically play most of the instruments if I have them. Alaskans never have night. I think that they do. I think they do a lot of the time. Although, if you were to live in Svalbard, you would have a period of the year where there was no sunlight ever. It's called Polar Night. This morning for me, so morning, Ducky. There's also a wild bell sprout in chat. You can try to catch it using !PokeCatch. But yeah, looking here, don't judge me for what I got in this playlist so far. For karaoke's, but like I have like Lost Boy. I am a lost boy from Neverland, always hanging out with Peter Pan. That song. Also, I have Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. I got Dance, you know, Fall Out Boy. Judging Intensifies, no! The Reason by Hoobastank. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. Believe by Cher. Once Upon a Dream, specifically the Lana Del Rey version, because again, I'm a contralto. Pausing this for a moment so you can understand, like literally, let me see if I can do this without actually prepping my voice at all, because a contralto Link. Oh no, Link. No, don't talk about the tits. The tits. Yeah, they have Midnight Sun. Yeah, that is true. But for example, like the Lana Del Rey one goes, I know you are what on me. I know you. That look in your eyes is so familiar, a gleam. And yeah. See, I did not have any prep for my voice, so I could not just go down low. I know it's true. The visions are seldom all they seem. But if I know you, I know what you. I love you at once, the way you did once. That's without any kind of warm up whatsoever. But it's very low. It goes lower than actually what I just did. But again, no warm up whatsoever. I have Go the Distance for the karaoke. I got. I don't know if I'll do it. I do have Holding Out for a Hero. Again, no judgment here. Yeah, and that's without a warm-up, by the way. My voice is not prepared. It is up in my upper register right now. So it was not prepared to go low. So it cracked a bit. My natural speaking voice, however, is very low. I got Hey There, Delilah. I got Viva La Vida. I know Counting Stars, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't think I actually put that in this playlist. But it should go in there because that's actually my warm-up song. I use Counting Stars as my warm-up song, you guys. I got Lost in the Woods, or a Spanish song. I can sing Despacito. But I feel like people be like, what the heck? Why you singing Spanish? Why you singing that meme song? Alexa, play Despacito. Hey there, Ducky was a leg in the pond. You're 7 miles away. Hey there, Ducky, what's it like in the pond? Well, yeah, I actually have a very deep voice. I just change it when I stream. But I change it in a way that's very comfortable, so I don't actually stress out my voice. Because one of the things that most people probably know, especially if you are a streamer or you sing, you have to protect your voice. Ah, you can't hear the real voice yet. Not yet. That will be an incentive. That will be a strong incentive. Because I think y'all I think y'all would probably be shocked because number one, I actually have 2 accents, right? Right now I'm using my southern accent. And I say I have 2 accents because I actually grew up in the Midwest and also in the South. So I can have a more neutral accent, like a neutral American accent, and then I can also have a southern accent. Ducky Mick. I mean, I do always say, you know, if someone wants to call me bro, I'm fine with that. Funny enough, for the longest time, before I realized that non-binary was a thing, I was like, does everyone think I'm a bro? Does everyone think I'm a dude in this game? Because when I played the war game, everyone's like, call me bro. It's like, hey, bro. Because, you know, nobody talked because there was no voice chat. They just assumed I was a dude. All right, break time. I'm guessing there's a break. Is there a break? Is there ads? Yep, there's the ads. We'll do a quick break, guys. We will be right back. Okay, we back. So, Mink. I can try to do my normal accent without the normal southern that I use for ramen. So my normal accent sounds a bit more like this, right? It's a bit more flat. A bit more flat. But I have a little bit of like the sound in my voice. I also hear that whenever I speak Spanish. Because Spanish is my second. It is so docking hard to not use my southern accent when I am up in this upper register. Propane and propane accessories. Whack when you say fat. Yeah, I do kinda. Wanted wedges to be a bit more crispy so I have more time. Yeah, I can understand that. Crispy potato is best. Yeah, it's really hard for me to not inject the southern accent when I'm up here. It's just like, it's muscle memory. It's habit. But I grew up in 2 different parts of the US primarily, so that's why I have 2 different accents. And I could hear it when I moved to Florida. I was like, oh, why am I saying warsh? I'm not saying I'm gonna wash my clothes, wash the dishes. I'm gonna wash the kitchen table. I'm gonna no, 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 no. Wash, 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 wash. There's no R. There's no R. You like if I don't pick one's dish? Yes, you can post that in the food channel. Got the food channel on the Discord. I love seeing food. I love also making food sometimes, but only sometimes because I'll be honest here. Cooking is the worst thing because you have to clean up. And if you're an adult, there's nobody to clean you. Then you make 20 dishes just to make a single meal. Wait, I have a test to see if you were truly Southern. Bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart, darling. It is usually condescending. Bless your heart. Bless your little heart. This time I didn't add Cajun and mustard powder. Well, that's fair. You know, Cajun spice is good sometimes, but sometimes you don't necessarily want more spicy. I also don't usually use mustard powder when I'm cooking, although I did find garlic mustard. It is a wild plant. It is a forageable plant. It is delicious, but also bitter. But it's also a great seasoning and really great to make a pesto out of. Not gonna lie. But it is invasive. It's very nutritious, but it is invasive. So whenever I find some, I like to pluck it out of the ground and then take the leaves and turn it into like a pesto. I don't really like horseradishy type things, so I don't use I don't use the root. Every part of the garlic mustard plant is edible, but I don't use the whole plant. Hey there, sugar cube. Any true Southern is the greatest backward insult. I mean, that is true. Granted, I did live in Southwest Florida, which, you know, is an area of Florida where all the Hispanics are, and also all the old white people. I can't tell you how many times I had to like deal with old white people. And then they wouldn't tip me either because I was a hairdresser, okay? And I had some fairly rich clients. And they were just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna be stingy. But then the most poverty stricken people were like, here's all of the money I have. And I'm like, no, no, sweetie, 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 please, please. You don't have to give me $20. It's fine. And they'd be like, no, no, seriously. I don't understand that still to this day. They can be. I will say that. As a white person, Link, I can say that. But specifically, it's like a specific kind of white person, you know, not just any white person, because I know plenty of good white. But you know, the kind who are entitled and just have everything. I grew up in poverty, so like I check my privilege. I know I have a little bit of privilege. I have less privilege because I'm a woman, but I do have some privilege because I'm white. But it is kind of funny, you know, whenever I get to shock someone who speaks Spanish. I speak that came also. Oh, I don't know that. You don't like Karens and Kevins. Well, I like unstable Karen, but most Karens know. I still remember. I still remember. I had first time I was experimenting. Ah, gotcha. I still remember when I would be in the salon and I would have, you know, Hispanic people come in. They would try so hard. They'd be like, uh, my English bad. I'm sorry. Cut? Color? Highlight? I'd be like, está bien. Puedo ayudarte. It's okay. I can help you. And they would be like, what? Okay. You speak Spanish? And that's what happened all the time. It was always just like, what? Because a lot of times they would bring also their children to translate. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. I got you. I got you. I might be white, but I got you. And I often had to translate for one of the other stylists in the salon too, because she was actually Cuban. She came here from Cuba, but she lived in Miami for a long time, but she never learned English. So all she really knew is, hello, my name is Mercedes. How may I help you? That's literally exactly how she said it. And I was like, we're doomed. I'm just going to be translating all day. Because most of our clientele was little old white ladies, and a lot of them were sweet. I will not deny that. Some of them, though, my gosh, there was one to this day I remember. I won't say her name because that would be doxing. She had a very, very distinct name that was like two parts. I'm gonna go look in a moment here. Oh, the blonde potatoes in the oven, toaster oven, I guess. They're yum. You should enjoy your potato. Genghis Khan. Um, I mean, it's fun you mentioned that because I actually just watched a documentary about Genghis Khan and why he was so unstoppable. And the funniest thing is, he literally was just like, "Hey yo, if you just come over here without a fight, y'all get paid equally, even equally to me. Like we split everything equally, when we pillage, and burn everything to the ground. Also, I don't care if you're a Jew. I don't care, if you're a Muslim. I don't care what religion you're practicing. Y'all are welcome here as long as you're ready to fight." And they were like, "Sign me up." And I was like, "Oh, well, I guess that explains why he was such a murderous warlord. Everyone just, conformed to him, it sounds like. Um, can't say I blame him." The dude was well ahead of his time, offering equal pay, and he had a meritocracy. If you were good at something, he would actually promote you. He had a blacksmith as his head of strategy. And in that time and day and age, a blacksmith, according to the current system, would be like at the bottom of the pay range, like the bottom of the barrel, like the lowest of the low. And dude was like, "Hey, yo, I'll pay you exactly what I get paid. And you get to do what you're good at." And dude's like, "Okay, okay, I got that." Yeah, it was a really cool video essay that I watched by Thoughty too. Yeah. Um Really interesting. I definitely give it I would say give it a watch. Offer benefits. I mean, he would literally steal women to give to the men. So, you know, be like, "Yeah, we're gonna take over your land, and you women are going to basically, you know, marry our clansmen, over here, our the people in our tribe, and we're gonna have a happy little family here." But he was absolutely ruthless. Make no mistake. Anyone who would actually oppose him, he pretty much did get slaughtered. So yeah, great documentary though. I completely lost my where I was going. I really did. Yes, happy. I mean, hey, he was ahead of his time, honestly. You know, allowing people to practice whatever religion, allowing people to basically do whatever they wanted and get promotions based upon merit, not upon status. And basically, everyone got paid the same. And actually, the people who were, higher up in government and stuff that they were trying to pillage and raid, they didn't like that. But some of the people in their armies would actually defect over to Genghis Khan because of the fact that they're like, "Hey, yo, you're going to pay me more than this dude over here? Sign me up." Equal rights and equal lefts. Now, I'm not saying the dude was a good guy, but he was definitely ahead of his time as far as policies are concerned. Uh, let's see, let's see. Music back on now that I'm no longer yodeling. Um, talked about the movie night possibility. Another reward would be that I admit I'm a furry. I'm not a furry, you guys, but I might admit it if we get that. Also the idea of having like a gag toggle. Lies. I am not a furry. I might have cat ears, but I'm not a furry. I'm a duck. I'm a feathery. You'd have like a duck roast where like I'm on like a spindle that, you know, rotates. Duck maid. Give myself a maid outfit. We be avians, exactly. Not a furry, has cat ears. It is a duck face. Yes, yes. Goofballs. Also, I was thinking about another thing could be a giveaway for one of these models, like a YCH Pixel model. Basically, it would be like this one. Four colors, just like, you know, the original Game Boy Color. Also bird Pokemon tier list. So, y'all. I played through Pokemon X. And I played through Pokemon Moon. And I played through Pokemon Legends Arceus off stream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I betrayed you guys. But hear me out, okay? I have done so much work determining what the best bird team is. Just birds. Ever thought about Nuzlocke? It's funny you mention that because they just going to save this. I'm gonna put this folder here. Schedule stuff for now because to open up this. It's funny you mentioned Nuzlocke because this is something I did last year. Rowlet Besbur Pokemon. Technically speaking, you could say Decidueye. Right? And Decidueye has two forms. It has a ghost form and it has the fighting form. Depends on where you happen to be now. In Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus, whatever you decide to call it, it's supposedly Arceus, okay? You get the fighting version. Which, you know, is great because now you have flying fighting. But you could also use Howlucha for that. So I would prefer to have the original Rowlet, or not original Rowlet, but the original version of Decidueye, which is the ghost type. How dare you? Oh no. I will take your potato. Pokemon Ruby goated. I mean, Pokemon Ruby is fantastic. I will not deny that. But the Emerald version is what had the crowd control. And that's what I did. But yeah. Did this last year. It benefited the Trevor Project. I did this with Ollie Ann Ashford, who is a good friend of mine. And, we had rules. A very, you know, set rules here. We were allowed to catch the first Pokemon in an area. I was doing it just like the actual, like, Pokemon area, not like cities and stuff, although people kept spawning Pokemon in towns. You know who you are. You know who you are. In any case, also any Pokemon that fainted must be considered dead and released or put into a Pokebox designated for the dead Pokemon. Every Pokemon had to be nicknamed because attachment reasons. They pop up well for the wedges. Yes, I see that. Arceus? Oh no. That would be an awful, awful pronunciation, Link. My fox friend did try out control and what was it? Sounds about right. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and guess that that friend might have been Rez. I mean, that makes sense, Link. Just like Lonk is a joke pronunciation for Link. But I actually did this last year. Another thing was we could accept exactly one shiny Pokemon from chat every 2 hours. Although we didn't go too long. We were allowed to accept Pokemon from NPCs. We could not use any kind of cheats outside of the use of crowd control by chat. No resets were allowed except the event of all usable Pokemon being quote dead. And we could employ a single HM helper Pokemon if we had to overcome barriers that could not be overcome in battle. And the Pokemon could not be used for battle. Now, mind you, hola, hello, morning or afternoon, buenos dias or buenos tardes. You don't have a Link color set. Not as of right now. I could probably come up with one and then, add it in. But I do have Luigi. And search for Sonic X. I'm confused. Well, yeah. This is what we did last year. And it was a lot of fun, but it was also chaos. So, that is definitely an option, doing the crowd control Nuzlocke, if you guys were to pick a Pokemon game for the crowd control. Also, besides the bird Pokemon tier list, because I do want to do the Pokemon tier list. Middle name is Chaos, yes. I do love Chaos. The reason why I love doing crowd control. But I did a lot of Pokemon stuff to the point where I was able to actually figure out how to overcome all of, like, the HM areas using bird Pokemon. Okay, Farfetch'd is surprisingly versatile, and so is Hawlucha. Surprisingly. YouTuber design constructive criticism / evaluation stream I thought would also be a fun thing to do because, I am an artist. And thank you for the follow. I did not realize you were not following. Because you've been in here a few times. I'm surprised. Yeah, thank you for the follow. And then I also came up with like the idea of doing like a TikTok themed animated overlay scene with me tied above a boiling pot. Scott is the best starter in Usu. You know? I don't know. I do know. Oh, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at the abbreviations. I was just told like the abbreviation for Brilliant it was Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. I can't remember, by Mr. Tomo. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And he was like, oh, it's just the abbreviation for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I was like, oh, that makes sense, because you were playing that, so yeah. The Hawlucha and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I do not know, because I have not played Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. I've only played Moon. Just Moon, because that's the one I have on my 3DS. I actually still have the game. I'm looking at it. I still have to set up my Wii U on that note. I need to do a speed run. I need to figure out how to speed run. Yeah, Sword Shield, yep. I need to figure out how to speed run in Twilight Princess because there is an opportunity that has presented itself that I still have not gotten to. Because I'm good at breaking things. Also, there's a wild Persian in chat. You could try to catch it using exclamation point Pokecatch. And I want to figure out how to my 3DS to Twitch. Now, okay, so I'm gonna sorry about that if you heard that. I accidentally bumped the mic. I want to break something down for you. And I hope this helps for anyone in here who is interested in streaming 3DS games on stream. The best thing I can tell you is you don't. I mean, you can, but you don't. What you have to do is you either have to emulate, which, is a bit tricky considering, Nintendo. We all know. If you know, you know. But also, the other thing is, if you want to stream specifically from the hardware, in order to do that, you need to have a modded 3DS. You can use a modded new 2DS, but you cannot use the original 2DS. And the original 3DS, from what I understand, can do it, but it's a bit more clunky. And Twilight Princess is incredible. I love it so much. And I really hope that they actually make a port for the Switch or whatever comes after the Switch. Lucky, have yourself an awesome duck in there. I appreciate that, Villain. You too. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. So yeah, if you want to stream your 3DS stuff, your thank you for the hydrate and thank you for smacking me with a company asset. So yeah, because I wanted really badly to stream Triforce Heroes. I have the game now. I also wanted to stream Pokemon Moon. I wanted to stream Pokemon X, but it's like I can't really do that because of the fact that I can't stream my 2DS. I have one of the original 2DSs, and it's one of the like really cool teal ones that were limited edition and hard to find. I had to start restart Fatal Frame again because the stalls. I do not know much about Fatal Frame, but it sounds like a horror game, from what I've heard. Good luck. Good luck from the Luck Duck. We know an incentive. Yes. We definitely gotta add the karaoke somewhere. I want to make the karaoke one of the first things I do. But I really need to get sound panels. Because right now I'm dealing with this issue of thin walls. And in order to hit certain notes, I have to actually, like, belt. You know? Depending on the game. I only have a camera or stone flashlight. Ooh. That sounds a bit rough. Yeah, I do want to kind of like do a karaoke. I don't think I finished going through the list I came. Boulevard of Broken Dreams I also put on here. Wonderwall I put on here. Unwell by Matchbox 20 I put on here. I'm sure that there's more, I just haven't put it on here yet. Like I know Flowers by Miley Cyrus I could do. I could do Despacito if we really wanted to hear me sing in Spanish. Yeah, I have considered soundproofing. I just moved is the issue. And I also am out of money for stuff right now. So I need to get sound panels. I should really put them on my throne. Really put sound panels on my throne. So if I had sound panels on my throne, someone might gift them. And then I would have sound panels and be okay for karaoke. That's the one thing that's killing me right now. I want to be able to do karaoke. But we have kind of thin walls. I don't want everyone in the neighborhood hearing me, even though I feel like I have a good voice. I don't think everyone else will want to be hearing it, though. Especially muffled. Mouth farts make height as my... Why? Why, Lee? Yeah, I would believe that, Angel. You know, trying to go around corner. In Lethal Company, it was hard enough trying to get anywhere without a flashlight. So yeah, I still have to, like, figure out the logistics. I think I'm probably going to end up having to split the audio like has been suggested and have it saved to the VOD track for the Chrome browser audio because I'm going to be using karaoke's from YouTube. The double sign says, come see the singing dove for $5. So does your voice go into a different register when you speak Spanish like Laura? Yes, actually. My voice, for some reason, I don't know why this happens. I noticed this happens with a lot of people, not just me. When I speak Spanish, my voice drops like a whole register. So that happens. Whenever I speak Japanese, for some reason, my voice goes up like half an octave. I don't understand. When I speak French, my voice also drops. When I speak German, it stays about the same, I would say. I speak Russian, it drops. I think it's just because I have a naturally low voice anyway. And so my natural speaking is more comfortable in lower ranges? Question mark? So that is a thing. Cuando hablo en español, pienso que mi voz es más... ¿Cómo se dice? Like, you can hear how my voice kind of drops a bit. I'm like, why do I sound like... Ah! Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Angel. I sound like I'm on a Spanish soap opera when I speak. Yeah, I got you there. You know? Muy bien. Thank you. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. I'm gonna drink more seltzer water. But yeah, my voice does change depending on the language I'm speaking. It is really weird. But in English, I have two accents. I have my southern accent, and I have my more Midwest but more neutral accent. You know, where I say things like pop instead of soda. Is that back? Thank you for that, Ben. Hola. So much love. Indeed. But yeah. I still have to come up with the rest of the songs I could possibly sing. I haven't gotten a full yes yet. I want to put Glitter in the Air by Pink in my playlist here. Because I would say Pink has the closest voice to mine as far as like professional, like pop, like not pop, but like singers that people know. You know? I feel like that's the closest range-wise. If any of y'all know who Pink is. I'm coming out, so you better get this party started. Yeah. Which I feel like everyone should know that. I feel like I'm a hag now. Because I'm 30 and I'm like, okay, who are the new artists? And I can only think about the artists I grew up with, and I'm like, oh no. When else was my favorite? Yeah. Like, I know a lot of like the older artists. And it doesn't help the fact that like, again, I'm a contralto, so naturally I lean towards all of the musicians and the artists who have lower voices. I thought about Zombies. Oh, that reminds me. I should sing Creep. I kind of want to sing Creep by Radiohead. That's one I would love to do because I feel like I could do that one. I'm not sure if I can do Zombie. I'd have to go through the whole song and go through the lyrics and make sure that I can hit all the notes, or if I need to adjust the song, because occasionally, I'll pause the music so I can kind of demonstrate it. There are songs that I can't quite hit the range for naturally. Like, it'll sound like I can at first. Like, for example, in Moana, How Far I'll Go. You know, I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. That's way too high for me. That is way too high for me. I like to do it in a lower register. So I use a pitched down version of like the off vocal. So it's more like, I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. But yeah. Just as an example, I have to like pitch things into a different key sometimes. I hope you like that little excerpt of acapella. I can change the key even without music. Someone just karaoke bar open. When I figure out the logistics behind actually getting the music without having a bonk by Twitch or YouTube, because I would like to do karaoke. I have to like pitch myself down. I have to pitch the music down in some cases, because of the fact that my range does not quite hit some of those really high notes. Like, especially in that song, when the key change happens in the second half, when it goes, you know, when she's seeing, I guess, more of, like, what's in front of her, and it's more exciting. I can't do that key change and not have my voice break. That's why I start the song in a lower key, because if I start the song in a lower key, I can hit all the notes and not sound like a dying cat the entire time. Or cat duck, in this case. Whack, indeed. I'm glad you guys like it. I can actually sing a lot. It's just a matter of logistics. Very much logistics. It is always a logistics problem. And I gotta figure out what I'm putting on the playlist too for the karaoke. Voice sound like a night. That's why you practice. That's what practice is for. And not just practice, but also conscious practice. You know, you have to actually think about how you're singing. You have to record yourself. You have to listen back to it. You have to see, okay, that's a bit pitchy there. I can improve this by, you know, looking up some tutorials on how people fix this issue. I can try this. I can try that. You know, until you get to the point where you can actually hit the notes. For me, personally, I found the best way for me to hit the really, really, really low notes is to actually just warm up with counting stars. Not even gonna lie. Literally cold. I think it's not player One Republic. I think it's One Republic. Counting stars, because I'm able to actually pitch, like, get my voice like warmed up and pitched correctly when I sing that song. And it has a very low note at the very beginning, but because it kind of like falls into the note, it allows me to access that lower register. The lowest note that I can sing, I want to say, is like a B2 when I'm warmed up. I want to say it's like a B2 or an A2. I can sing really low. I definitely am a contralto as far as that's concerned. That's why I say, like, I can sing Garth Brooks. I can sing Friends in Low Places. I love singing songs because it's just comfortable for me. That's also why I like a lot of like Fall Out Boy songs for you know, singing, because of the fact that Patrick Stump, the lead singer of Fall Out Boy, has an absolute godly range. I can't even match his range. I could sing Johnny Cash levels low, but I don't know too many Johnny Cash songs by heart. I will say that. The two that come to my mind off the top of my head is Hurt and Ring of Fire. But I don't have the same kind of low gravelly voice he does, so it obviously would sound a bit different. I do have somewhat of a gravelly voice. I'm sure you can kind of hear it a little bit. And that's just, I'm pretty sure, because of all the smoking that I dealt with growing up, and the fact that, you know, I have PCOS. And those of you who don't know what PCOS is, a quick crash course on what it is without being too graphic, you know, it is a disorder for women that causes a bunch of things to happen, including, in some cases, higher testosterone levels. Yay! And more androgynous voices. That's also why I have such a voice, I'm pretty sure. Besides the smoking I dealt with. There's also a wild Volby. I should probably try to catch that. You can try to catch it using ! Pokecatch. And if you have like another like Pokeball or anything, you can use that too. You mind? I mean, we can both catch it. We can both catch it, Angel. But yeah, I can sing. I want to say like down to about either a B2 or an A2. I can go really, really low. Oh, you gotta do Poke Start! Exclamation point Poke Start. Get your starter Pokemon. Get your trainer pass. And then you can start throwing Pokeballs and collecting coins. Because as long as you're here, you will be collecting your Poke Coins, which you'll be able to use to your Pokemon balls. Pokeballs. Why did I call them Pokemon balls? Yeah, I gotta come up with a list. No wieting. Oh, I caught it. That's good. I'm happy now. I caught a burb. It is a dark flying type. Yeah. Trying to think. Not the karaoke. There. Y'all have already gotten a little bit of a snippet. It's a little bit of a snippet of what I sound like when I actually use my voice. Anything else? Because I'm thinking of things that I can personally do, because while I can't necessarily commission anyone because I'm a broke duck, I can draw it and I can create it. Sneaky Duck is best at. Aw, thank you. Appreciate that. I can acapella all day, honestly. As weird as it sounds, I like to anytime I go out and I have to run errands, I like to sing in the car acapella and practice. I find acapella practice is really nice. Sometimes I'll listen to the music though also, just to remind myself of the lyrics and make sure I'm getting them right. Because my process for learning a song is I learn the lyrics, I memorize them, and I listen to the song on repeat constantly, like a good 50 to 100 times until like I've really got it. And then, chat. I mean, acapella is tough if you don't have a musical ear. I will say that. Well, Shia LaBeouf, do it. Just do it. I'm warm and the music making me sleepy. Oh no. Wake up, wake up. But yeah. Like, I like to do a cappella a lot. And that's also why I can literally sit here and sing a cappella to you guys, because I have that much practice. I'm gonna boot my Vixen. Talk to you later. Yeah, no worries. Have fun. Enjoy. I'm still trying to think of anything else besides karaoke. My brain keeps going back to music and karaoke and, you know. It's also hard when y'all tell me that I sound good and I haven't even warmed up. And I don't even have the music playing with it either. I was saying I have like 3 or 4 songs I know by heart and I can actually sound pretty good singing them. Yeah, usually when you know a song, even if you're not a great singer, right? The real secret is actually knowing the songs, because if you know the songs really well, you can kind of fake it. And you can sound really good. I also realized I could probably add Hallelujah to the list for the songs. I'm not sure if I added it or not. But Hallelujah is a song that I can definitely sing, and it goes really low and also really high, and it's very fun, pleasant. Although it is kind of sad, so I'm not sure. I feel like I want to do more high energy songs. At the same time, I have such a low voice, it's really hard. I can't decide, chat. I don't know. What should I do for the song choice? Should I be more high energy? Should I just do like anything? Like also, songs from Evanescence, you know, I love Amy Lee. She has a beautiful gothic, like opera soprano voice, like amazing. But her voice is way too high. It's so siren-like, and I'd have to literally sing in a lower key. Nightwish. That is a name I have not heard in forever, besides me just putting it onto my playlist. Like, for personal stuff. Personal playlist. Like, unfortunately, though, I only know one of their songs, and it's a song that doesn't even have lyrics. I know Moondance. Moondance is beautiful. I love that song. Although, actually, you know what? I might create in my server today a channel. I'm gonna go ahead and post the Discord link one more time. But I might actually create a channel where I'm gonna put like voices and like song requests, because then I can actually like look up the songs. I can see if I can sing it and see if it's something that I can do, because I know a lot of songs and I can list out the songs I know and I know I can do. I can post them in there. And I'll also give you guys a better idea of what I could probably sing, because there's just some people whose songs I cannot sing unless I completely change the key of the music track. Within Temptation. Hurt by Johnny Cash is my go-to because I have a deeper sounding singing voice that sounds good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Johnny Cash is great for people who have like lower voices. My voice does not have the same voice quality as his, so I'm not sure how exactly I'd sound singing his songs. I'd have to check on my own before I would do that publicly, because self-conscious. But you know, I don't want to be offending anyone's ears. I want to make sure their songs I can actually sing. Even the songs, you know, I was doing earlier, I'm a little bit like on, because like how far I'll go. For example, I can't do those really high notes. Have to take it up an octave, though. It might actually work for Lucky. Yeah, I have a really low voice. You hear a little bit right now because I've been actually opening up my voice, because I've been, you know, doing like a little bit of the acapella here and there, but for the most part, I can't do very high. You know, I love artists like ID. I would love to sing a song like Define. I don't know if y'all have ever heard Define Gravity from Wicked, or Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. I'm sure you've heard Let It Go from Frozen 1, because that was non-stop playing on the radio for I don't even know. It was playing in Walmarts. She has a gorgeous voice. I just can't hit those notes. Can't hit those notes, chat. I would love to, but I can't. So my only option is pitch down. So anything that you guys want me to sing that's a higher pitch, I have to pitch down if I want to sing it on stream. After I've learned the lyrics on top of that. But I do know a good amount of like older songs. Not so much newer songs. I have to learn a lot of newer stuff. I know there's a lot of new stuff that's released. I know Vocaloid tends to be also safer, so I might throw like some Vocaloid songs in there. I know Meltdown. I don't know if y'all have ever heard Meltdown, but it is a fantastic song. The difference, though, is I would basically be doing it in the male pitch versus the female pitch, because the female pitch, which is Ren Kagamine, is just too high. You heard Sunkiller? I have not heard Sunkiller. I do not know that one, that band or that artist. I know, like, most of the things from, like, the 2000s. I know a lot of the artists, like Pink, Rihanna, Beyonce, Adele. Adele is a better one for me, because Adele has that lower, you know, more soul-y, like, voice to her, you know. Hello, it's me. I've been wondering if after all years you'd like me to go over everything. Yeah, that's a lot easier for me. As a song, but it's like rock. I've not heard that one. I have not heard that song. Trying to think of other artists off the top of my head. I actually know songs by. I guess like Megan Trainor, maybe. I'm drawing blanks. Drawing blanks for real. But you know, I know Weeknd, I know Pink, Cher's old. They're so old now. I remember when I was a kid, she did her farewell tour. And I think she's still been touring since then. Christmas music. You're noticing it. Yeah, it's Stream Beats. It's a very lo-fi Christmas. What Thanksgiving music is there, okay? Am I supposed to still be playing Halloween music? This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. Roasting over fire. Oh my. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. It reminded me of that one. Oh, the Nightwish. I didn't know they had a Nightwish cover for the Phantom of the Opera. I did not know that. Yeah, I can do those really, really low. Like, you know the song that goes, you know, baby, it's cold outside. You know that song, right? I could totally duet that with myself. Because of how deep my voice goes. But we got Christmas coming in like a month. Okay. If you really don't like it, we'll do what's this, Groovy? Do this one. I don't know this album at all, so we're gonna find out what it is. Hasn't passed yet, but still. Yeah, there's so many like Christmas songs I'm pretty sure I could probably do. But granted, I would be doing the karaoke literally like next week. I don't know how I'm gonna soundproof the place. But gonna have to figure out how to. Also, you say that, you know, we have to maintain her, but she's already thawed, okay? She's already thawed. It's already up on YouTube. It's already up on Twitter. The Bird app is already up. It's already too late. She's already been released into the wild. With her super high soprano, just squeal level of just high pitch. She could probably break glasses with At least you don't have to worry about a soprano voice coming out of me. I could pretend I'm soprano, but I'm not soprano. I have too low of a voice to be a soprano. Sweet ignorance. Yeah, I got that low voice. A low voice. I cannot, like, this right here is as high as I can keep it without destroying my voice talking for a prolonged period. Like, I feel way more comfortable in my lower register. But I found a way to figure out how I could make my voice higher without having to actually kill my voice doing it. So that's why I talk like this. Oh, there's a wild minin in chat. You could try to catch it using exclamation point catch. Y'all, do you have any other ideas? Because I'm running out of ideas. I'm really running out of ideas. I came up with a few different, like, gag tiles. Are there any other rewards you guys can think of? Because maybe it's like one of the later ones I could do, like, Maybe I can do an like official original song, maybe, perhaps, or like a cover. Because I actually started creating behind the scene, oh, like literally last year, I want to say, an a cappella cover. Just me doing all of the background music and everything for Counting Stars. Because I can actually hit those like low notes, like the bass and stuff, like. And I actually have part of it done. There's so much more I have to do. So much. I have to do half of the song still. I've gotten through like 1.5 verses worth, I want to say. But I haven't had the time to actually rest, which if I do actually make enough money, I would be able to actually go downtown and record a professional cover. Because they actually have a recording studio downtown where I live, within walking distance, no less. It's literally like a mile away, which is super exciting. So it's something I might end up doing. Maybe a peek behind the curtain, like, you know what? That's a great idea. And mind you, these are not necessarily all in order. These will be changed depending. So, like, yeah, that's a great idea. Yes. Dash room setup for. Yeah, a great idea. Very good idea. Because I want to do a lot of things for it. I really do. Trying to think of other things that I can do that don't require me to spend a whole lot of money, because I am currently on a very tight budget until I get liquidity stuff sorted out. Thinking. Really thinking. Maybe desktop review, like your viewers. Yeah, that is an idea too. I could also add that in. Room. You had to pause because I wasn't sure if I hit a key or not, because it's a little bit laggy for the typing. Reasonably so. I mean, looking at my usage here, I'm using like 35% CPU and 31% memory, 26% CPU, 34% or 38% CPU now. Yeah. In any case, I got a decent amount of usage right now. So it's a little bit laggy for the typing. Thinking. Because I know I did also put like a design constructive criticism, like evaluation stream, because I am an artist. You know, it wouldn't be like, oh, I love it so much. It'd be like, oh, I really like how, you know, the character has like a whole silhouette and you can tell what the character is looking at it. I see some places, you know, where I didn't notice this, you know, before, you know, at first glance. Probably could stand out a little more. You know? Yeah, 35% CPU can be misleading. Yeah, definitely can. I've had to beef up this computer. Originally, it had only 16 gigabytes of RAM, mind you. And the power supply, I think it was a 600 watt power supply. I think I'm up to like a 1,000 watt. I can't remember. It's been a while. But I also added a whole bunch of RAM. I'm up to like 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah. There'll also be one where you give like a simple tutorial on how to rig. Yeah, I've been kind of doing that. I actually I want to call it a rig along. A rig along. Because what I would do is I would create a simple model that people could use, like the art for it. And then I would show people how to rig it on stream, and they'd be able to follow along and be able to learn. And it would be a learning experience. Because I do a lot of rigging now. I've been rigging a literal turkey. Also, we are starting our break, so we will be right back. Okay. Are back. I think. Yeah, we're back. Okay. So, thank you, SiriBot. Thank you for that. Yeah, I tested my voice a bit when I was on break because I've had so much time to warm up talking with y'all. And yeah, I can absolutely do a quick demonstration of what I mean when I say like I use counting stars as a warm up. But the start of the song literally goes, lately I've been lately dreaming about the things lately I've been proud. No more counting dollars. We count. We'll be count. Literally. Yeah. I literally use that as a warm up to get my voice prepped for doing my usual low notes. Yeah. I got like a rig along. Oh, let's see what else. Let's see what else. Got a few new things added on here. Doing like an original song. Because, I would love to write an original song. I've never really done, like, I have done it, but I've never done it as, like, lucky, I've made multiple songs in the past that were all just instrumental, and I posted them on my old YouTube account from over a decade ago. I even remixed the Chocobo song. Yeah, thank you for popping in, Mink. I appreciate it. I just remember the performance hit I got because I didn't know he was disabled. Yeah. I've had to do a lot of tweaking with my PC to make sure that it runs at least semi-decently. And right now, you would probably be shocked at the number of programs I have running. Just to give you an idea of what I got going on right now, I got Beacon for the software for my audio. I have Clip Studio. I have Discord. Chrome. Y'all know what Chrome does. I really should not be using Chrome, but I am right now for some reason because I decided it would be fun to. It's just easier. It's convenient. I got Mix It Up going. Oh, yes, going. I've got Sammy going. I've got Slack open because I have to monitor that even though I'm not technically working right now. I have Spotify open, and I have Stream Avatars. I have VTube Studio, and I have Tits. I'm sorry, I have to say it like that. It's Twitch integrated throwing system. 1.2 gigabyte RAM usage from 4 tabs into yeah. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11 tabs open in Chrome. Actually, wait, no, scratch that. 12, because I opened up in the others. I needed to check YouTube really quickly, but I also need to have chat open. Yeah. If there's anything else. Yeah, I have a lot of programs, honestly. And the reason for this? Interactivity. Yes, that's really it. Just doing silly things. Like letting you guys change the color of my trying to think. guys have any other ideas? Now at karaoke, I'm gonna make a channel on my Discord where I'm gonna post songs I can do, and let you guys post song requests. That way I can add them to my list to check before I actually karaoke stream, so that I can make sure if I can actually sing the songs or not, and make sure I actually know them before I do it. The Sing With Me video, you know, I actually thought about that. That's actually a great idea. Just yeah, like the, you know, like the split screen where it's like one person doing one half. Like, I could literally do something like Rewrite the Stars. I could do the male part very easily. Y'all have already heard I go really low. So it would not be very difficult for my contralto voice to hit those notes. And also sound. If Peter Hollins can do it, I can do it. And when I say Peter Hollins, he's a cover artist for the most part. He does like a lot of covers, and he actually covered that song. He has a very nice tenor. There is a wild Kangaskhan in chat. You could try to catch it using exclamation point pokey catch. I am getting tongue tied now. Okay. That. I was also thinking. It's not showing here. But I was also coming up with like rewards for like top gifters and stuff too. Let me see if I can put this edit canvas size and bring this down. Oh, we have more space. Because I want to. I'm also going to change the resolution again and put it down even lower. Oh yeah. This way we're using less, you don't really need to have this high definition, you know. So we'll go over here. Go back to Peachy Rose. Bring up the scale again. This might make that pink so the receivers black up here. Like I came up with some ideas for like top gifter rewards for like the people who are. I know like a lot of people who are VTubers do watch me, and I am an artist, so it could be a potential, you know, way that I can also help fund some of the soundproofing stuff, because my bank account is very sad right now after posting. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people's would be after a move. I don't think I've ever seen anyone move online and not be like, I'm out of money now and I need to, you know, make more money again. It does cost a lot to move, especially if you're disabled and you need to have movers help you. The mics are good at rejecting background noise. Yeah, I actually have a really good mic. I also specifically use like a noise gate for it, which helps with, you know, making sure that like lighter sounds in the background don't get picked up. But the real issue is the fact that I can get very loud when I'm singing, because again, I have a contralto voice. I have a very loud voice I have to belt because of the fact that, well, I have a lower voice. Lower sounds tend to travel better, you know, at least when they're in the mid-range. When they go too low, they don't travel as well. When they're too high, they're very piercing. I cannot go too high, but I do go in kind of that mid-range. And I get loud in order to do it, because when you want to do certain things, you have to kind of just belt, and belting is not easy. But yeah, depending on like how much I could get out of it, I might have some, you know, pretty good like top goals. I do want to note that anything that I would do would be done on stream, which you might have noticed already. It's over 3 hours into stream and I'm still here. And the reason for that, even though I don't normally stay this long, y'all are very used to short streams, I know, is because of the fact I now have better health. I moved. I'm away from the cigarette smoke and I can breathe now. I'm not dying half the time. So I'm quite pleased with the fact I can actually stream longer. I can't stream forever though because I will have eventually quit in order to be able to put together our new couch that we just got. It was a gift. It was a gift. I did not buy it, I swear. If I was buying things, I would be buying food. I would not be buying a couch. But we did get a couch. It was nice, very nice. It's not a nice couch. That's not what I mean, but you know what I mean. It's nice that we have a couch. Because when we originally were in the apartment, Zyrite, Angel's had to use the living room and was sleeping on a futon, which was hers, which y'all helped fund. And we moved, and now we don't have a futon there because now she has her own room. Now we needed to have a couch, and we had like a registry. One of the 3 of our family members decided, hey, yo, I'm gonna get a couch because that's on your wish list. Well, that's what happened, and so I'm very lucky, very blessed at that, you know. I'm super excited. I want to be able to do like karaoke. I want to be able to do more art. I want to be able to do more games, and I want to be able to do more crowd control. Now that we finally have a real place to stay, where we're not constantly dealing with lots of noise and distraction and just bad landlords. I think there's anything else we could add, because I want to have enough incentives in activity. Some of these may be incentives, some of them will be activity. The voice reveal would definitely be like an incentive. Luck ASMR is probably going to be an activity, possibly an incentive. Could be both, you know. Could be an incentive that turns into an activity. I have to just plan out the specific hours and stuff. And how exactly I'm going to be doing the redemptions and stuff, because last time I checked, which was last year, I think, or maybe this year, I think it was last year, when I did an actual like timer for my Duckathon, I had a hard time. I had to actually manually change it because I couldn't auto update it because of the different types of donations. I want to change that. I want to figure out a way to do it like all inclusive, so like anything counts, you know? So if anyone knows how to do that, I would love help with that. Like if there's any scene ideas also, like I came up with this idea of like having like a TikTok theme animated overlay, you know like the hearts or like the roses, whatever it was that they did, just kind of floating up the screen on the side, because you know it's a horizontal stream because it's on Twitch, but we'd be pretending it's a TikTok stream, you know. Forgetting this is not live 2D, and my mouse also ducking sucks. Now here's a problem I have with my mouse, a reason that I actually want to eventually replace it. It works except the scroll wheel. So when I scroll in, sometimes you'll notice it kind of jitters back, and sometimes it's really fucking hard to zoom in. This is me trying to zoom in. You see how hard it's trying to fight me? That's how hard it is to zoom, chat. I have to like keep going and going and going. So I eventually want to replace my mouse. It's been broken ever since I've had it, pretty much. Like the first month I've had it, there's dust in your wheel mouse sensor. It might be. And hello, Winchester. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Good to see you. I've not seen you in a while. Hot minute. Aside from lurking in Ollie N streams, because, well, you know, I'm a chronic lurker. Anytime Ollie N streams, I'm usually just like in the background lurking. I had to get a new mouse for ergonomics before. Gaming mouse movement has been great for that. I believe it. I believe it. I need to still get a new mouse. It's literally like a month after I got this thing, it started having scroll wheel issues, and it ducking sucks because if you want to do something like Blender, you want to do something like Live 2D, you want to do something like art, you gotta have a scroll wheel, and you're like, why can't you just scroll in? Why can't you just scroll in? And that's actually kind of why I really like drawing on my phone. Not gonna lie. It is right. You called it. You called it. It's a Mamba wireless mouse. I was just too lazy to send it for repair or anything, and I didn't want to deal with warranty support because, fun fact, this duck worked in warranty support before, and it is ducking. I also worked in electronic repair, so in theory I could probably dismantle the mouse and fix it myself, but I am too ducking lazy. I would rather just buy a new one. At this point, it is old as it is. It's literally like 3-4 years, I want to say. Optical mouse wheels are horrible when you get dust and sensor. I believe it, you know. This has been awful. I have not been able to properly use this mouse wheel, and it drives me ducking insane. I can use it okay to a point, but as you can see, as I'm scrolling out, it rolls it back in. If I'm trying to scroll in, it rolls back out. And I'm just kind of stuck going between the two until eventually it goes to where I want. And sometimes it goes too much, and then I have to go back out. I've kind of just taken to doing this, using the mouse over here, or the pen, depending on what I'm doing. That's kind of what I've been doing, because it's just so fucking annoying. But on my phone, because it's a touch screen, I can actually pinch the screen in and out. So much better. But the problem is I can't have two screens and use one for reference, and that's where my problems happen. I have to sketch so much this weekend, and the weekend is almost over. I have a lot to sketch. I'm not sketching right now because it's more of like a private project, but you will eventually see it. I promise you will eventually see it. Probably in December, I'm gonna say. Because I'm gonna be working on Otaku Dan's model today, tomorrow, pretty much most of this week off stream, because he wants to keep his privacy, you know, until it's ready to be shown. And then I have another person who I am doing the sketching for right now, trying to get the design idea right. And then I'm also going to be actually releasing a free-to-use model pretty soon, as soon as I'm done rigging it. It should only take me like 6 hours-ish. I've already spent like an hour on it, so it's like part of the way done. I've already done the eye. I just need to do like some of the differences, like the smiling eye. I have to do mouth open, close form, all those things for it. So like still, it only has like, because the Z angle is so fast, I went ahead and I rigged it. The Z angle is so easy, and it allows you to have like a nice, you know, kind of head tilt, you know? So I already rigged that, but I still have to rig like the x-axis, which is like this, you know, going back and forth. I still have to rig the up and down. I also still have to rig the emotes, which will take like 5 seconds because emotes are easy. Let's see what else. Spent $60 on one of those Razer Trinity mice with replaceable buttons. Used it until it broke. Took 3 years. Spent $80 on the second one because they were out of production. Now I got dust in the center I can't get rid of, so I bought a $10 mouse at the gadget shop. Probably last one. Probably. Not gonna lie. Probably. And I say that as someone who also has a Razer mouse. But this one is a Mamba. It is not a Naga. It does have thumb buttons, but I never use them. I literally do not use it. I literally just got it because I thought it was cool. At the time, I also had more money relative to the current state of the economy, because it was like 2020 and it was in my early business days. And at that point of time, I was actually making decent money. I was making more money than I am now, if that tells you anything. And I'm making less money on top of the inflation. Yeah, everyone used to have more money. You know? Back in like 2020, I had a lot more money at the time because while I was only making like 50 to like 59K or 58K, whatever it is, I ended up getting downgraded a bit because of the economy and liquidity issues. I actually haven't even been paid in like the last 2 months because of the fact that we've had liquidity issues. They should be resolved pretty soon though. I'm not too worried. It's just sometimes compliance stuff holds you up, and it is ducking annoying. It is ducking annoying. You know, being a bit on the bootstrap side, it is very hard. I do not recommend being the owner of a startup or even, you know, a high-ranked employee in a startup because you don't know how things are gonna go. But you do learn a lot of things. I've learned a lot since I've, you know, been a vice president slash compliance officer. You know, I have learned marketing stuff. I have learned a lot of things about catching fraudsters. I've learned a lot about security, how to keep everyone safe. I know I'm saying this and I'm pretty sure some troll is gonna come along and try to hack me at some point. It's inevitable, but I'm gonna do my best, obviously, to not let that happen. I've learned how to write documentation without ChatGPT, mind you. Funny story. Funny story. I started IT support coming back in 2009 and had to dissolve it because the UK stock market crashed. Yeah, we had a similar thing happen here in 2008. It was no good, no bueno. And I was still in school at the time. I wasn't even graduated yet. I was literally in 8th grade, right? 2008. And then 2009, I was in, I finished 9th grade. Yeah, it's really easy to tell what grade I was in because I literally go, okay, what did the year end in? Okay, if it was 2009, it means I ended that year in 9th grade, which means I started 9th grade in 2008. I was one of the lucky people who, you know, my graduation year was 2012. I am a hag now. I am officially a hag. I'm 30. Level 30. Hope you don't learn any of the bad lessons though. So many things you could trip over that will get you in huge trouble if you're leading a business. Yeah, that is definitely for sure. It has been a headache and a half, but that is actually the whole reason that I'm the compliance officer. I actually had to, in order for us to get with the payment processing partner that we have, we had to prove we had a qualified compliance officer at the level of like banking level on board. So I had to quite literally spend several months of my life. I even streamed during this time, and I was doing like co-working streams where I was, you know, I had the penguins up on stream. I had to learn compliance stuff, like anti-money laundering stuff, anti-terrorist or counter-terrorist financing stuff. I had to learn about Bank Secrecy Act. I had to learn about human trafficking and all that other stuff just to be able to get a payment processor on board with us. And we're a mobile gaming company, mind you. So we're not even like a bank or anything. We're not even like a fintech company. We're not any of that, you know? And I had to still learn about anti-money laundering, which is one of the reasons why I'm the security. Yeah. Fraud is a whole thing to learn about. Learning to file financial records and update company house in UK was a huge headache to learn and understand. Yeah, for the longest time, I was the one who was in charge of the accounting. And let me tell you, chat, the only accounting I ever did in my life before this was just filing my own taxes. My personal taxes using TurboTax. Like I was entirely unqualified for this, mind you. I've had to learn how to wing it. Yeah, that's the big trouble. So I was talking about, holy crap, the feds will chew you up if you make a mistake in the wrong place for that stuff. Yeah, that's kind of been one of the reasons behind the issues we have. See, we have, not to go into too much detail because I don't want to dox myself, obviously, but we have an investor in another country who's trying to send us funds, who's owed us funds, mind you, for the last several months. But the issue is their government, and if it's not their government, our government here in the US keeps going, we don't know about that. We don't know about that. We're gonna hold this. We're gonna hold this. And it's been over 4 months, guys. We had plenty of operating funds, but the issue is that although we were supposed to be able to get more investor funds, because we're literally about to have a major deal with, I'm not going to say the exact thing, but a U.S. telecom company. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to have a deal with this. They've already agreed. We already have the contract, all that fun stuff. The issue is, it's not here quite yet. We already have the revenue lined up. We're ready to be a profitable startup. It's been like 4 years, but we're just slightly short. So that's why we had to get a little bit more investment. And they already agreed. We already vetted them. We know they have the funds, but government's like, yeah, we're gonna keep flagging everything and prevent you from getting that out of that bank account and anywhere else. So which also says you're doing much better than I hope so, because if not, I am ducked, honestly. That's another reason why I say don't do a startup unless you are ready to handle the emotional aspects, because even if on paper you feel like you're fine, you often feel like you're not fine, and it's like, how are things gonna be next month? It's actually part of the reason why I ended up moving out of Delaware, because the liquidity issues, right? I had around $10,000, not quite 10,000. It was still less than $10,000. I was paying way too much for rent over in Delaware, and the issue is that the company was paying for my place because of the fact that I am a founder, right? And we didn't want to have to pay for a registered agent. Now, for those of you who don't know what a registered agent is, the layman's term is basically someone who gets the mail for your company and forwards it to you. So especially for things like if you get sued and legal stuff, you're able to get your paperwork and, stay compliant. So I was, effectively the paper girl or paper boy, whatever you want to call it, for my company, on top of, being a founder and partial owner and all that fun stuff. So that's why they were, we were, not they, but we were paying for my rent. But the issue is with all the liquidity stuff, I had to take all of my funds and say, you know what, we are going to go somewhere way cheaper than this. Because right now, it'll be cheaper for us to get a registered agent due to the housing crisis in Delaware, if we just go somewhere else. Pay like 100 and something bucks, whatever, a month, and, have it dealt with, done, over. So we moved, and we moved to somewhere that's literally, I'm not even joking, chat, like, literally about like $700 cheaper every month. And there's more space. On top of the fact that I have better breathing air. I lost 30,000 pounds because of the stock market crash. I felt so ashamed of myself and embarrassed. Also nearly lost my friends because of it. I can believe that. I am, I'm sure you probably learned a lot of things from it at least. And I'm glad that, you still made it to today, despite all that, because that is hard. That is very hard. I already in my, short time as an entrepreneur have gone through a similar thing, although not exactly the same. In my case, I had to white lie my way to get my roommates to move out. Told them, I have to move to Delaware. We can't afford to stay here anymore because I'm the one holding this place up anyway. My roommates, they had jobs, but they were making pennies because one was a CVS pharmacy tech, and then the other two were paraprofessionals. And I don't know if you know this, but paraprofessionals are effectively teacher helpers for the public school system, and they don't get paid that much. They get paid like 10 bucks an hour, depending on the state. It's really not a lot of money, and you can't live on that. You have to leave the UK to work for you. I mean, in the future, I actually want to build a studio or a company, something to be able to help other people who are struggling to be able to have work, to be able to get by and not feel like they're going to have the rug pulled out from under them. I just have to get through building this startup first, because once that's done, I'm going to have the money I need to be able to build another business where I can actually help people. Right now, I'm just building for industry. As much as I would love to be like, we have the best company in the world and we're the most ethical, problem is esports, is mobile esports. It's a market where there's a lot of potential if you know how to monetize it. And that's the kind of route we're going. We're going with like sponsors and things like that. Yeah, I definitely do know where to find you. I was just watching a half-an-hour video the other day from a YouTuber who had been irresponsible with crypto. Got all the I's and crossed the T's. Yeah, that's definitely a thing that can happen. We have to be very careful with all of our accounting. We have to, make sure that we are compliant with everything. We have the right processes and procedures as per law, and also just general compliance standards, even if it's not actual law. So like, oh yeah, absolutely. We right now, at least with the company I'm currently building, we do have some influencers over in the UK, I believe, who are, running tournaments and stuff for us. But the issue is, again, liquidity. And liquidity is, if we can get that liquidity sorted, and we get the actual money we're, supposed to be getting, and we're supposed to get 4 months ago, we'll be all right. We'll be able to, continue our thing, work with our, our deals that we have literally in the works. And we'll be able to actually make it, Sports sponsorships are some of the chase thing you can get into at all. I know. But when you're looking at esports, you got to figure out a way to monetize it. So our thoughts were, okay, people will pay, obviously, to get into a tournament. What about these big brands, the big brands that want to be able to run tournaments for their games? Knowing you'll put me on coding duties. Quite possibly. I'm a little bit of a coder, although not super strong in coding yet. I have some practice work to do yet. I do have a certificate that shows that I know at least beginner level Python. But as long as we can get through that part, we'll be fine for the rest of it. And I'll be able to stream a lot more. I've already been streaming more, I'm sure you've noticed. And so once the liquidity issue is over, I won't have to worry too much. I'll be a lot less stressed. We'll be able to actually probably stream even more, even though I'll be working again. I'll be able to stream more. I can already tell, because as it is, we're already pushing 4 hours, and I am fine. Now that I'm living in this new place. It is so much better. Well, although my niche is data center infrastructures and server network admin. It's funny you mention that, because I'm pretty sure at some point down the road, and not anytime soon, probably 10 plus years in the future, I want to be able to create like an online game, like a MMO kind of game, similar to the one that I played before, but better. And when I say better, I mean have an actual support team that actually cares about what's going on with the coding, because the company I have in mind, they just reskinned the games with spaghetti code. And I could tell you where all the problems were, because I literally was able to determine what variables and stuff were broken when I was testing things. And I was literally player and client and not even on the back end. I'd literally be like, yo, you got a negative multiplier here and it's supposed to be positive and it's causing the person using this thing that they just bought to have the amount of or actually not have, but double the amount of deaths that they have on their own side. So why are you not fixing this, you know? And they kept insisting, no, it's fine. It's working as intended. Everything's working as intended. I want a better, I want basically the game that they made, but without all the broken stuff. I was a top player because I could actually tell what was wrong in the coding and how to kind of circumvent everything because it was so bad, guys. And yeah, MMOs are definitely rough. That much is for sure. Yeah, that's kind of why I say, like, I want to be able to do that probably like 10 plus years in the future. It's gonna be way down the way because of the fact that it will take money. I am not disillusioned. I am very aware. But it would be like an isometric, you know, RTS, real-time strategy. And it would be, I'd probably change several things, including having more like seasons versus just like forever into the eternity that is the game. And the numbers just got so crazy that they're like, you know what? We're dealing with like literally the KT range now, like KT. Oh, there's a wild dash bun in chat if any of y'all are dog fans. You could type !Pokecash, try catch it. But like, they were at the point where they had people's stats and everything were like in the 1,000 trillions, whatever that number is that comes after 100 trillion. Like, they were doing crazy numbers, and it got to the point where they're like, you know what, we're going to reset the game without actually resetting the game. We are going to call this Dark World. We're going to make brand new troops, and only those troops are actually going to do any damage from here on out, and if you don't have them, you are ducked. That's kind of what happened with it, and it was awful. I had to quit at that point. I felt bad because I had so much time and energy put into the game, but they just messed it up because they didn't know how to handle their own ducking code. And there were even people who were really good coders in like their public chats online going, line as in like the actual like app line, not online, but LINE. There were actually good coders who were super, super good going, yeah, I can tell you exactly where you have the issue. It's right here. Here's the code. I don't care if you credit me. You don't have to credit me. You can literally just take my code. Use it. Please, please, please. I'm begging you. Please. Like, that's literally how he was. I was like, yes, please take his advice. Please let him help. Please. He's offering to help for free. He's not even asking for you to pay. Please. But they refused. So the game stayed broken, and it continues to be broken to this day, but there are still people who pay for $100 packs in it and I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I would love to make a game similar to it, but basically better. One that doesn't use spaghetti code. A bit more kind of like how Teamfight Tactics or like PUBG or any of those games have like seasons. They reset and then you rebuild your army and stuff from there, and have it, you know, more free to play friendly, because some of these games are just so predatory. It drives me nuts. It really drives me nuts. I wish that I could just swipe all of the predatory mobile RTS games and just toss them out the window. Like, it's honestly a main driving factor to why I want to see this startup through, because if I can do this, I could probably make a difference in the world. Who knows? I don't know, but I want to try, you know? It doesn't hurt to try. You never know until you try. I mean, heck, I would have never guessed if you told me 10 years ago that I would be a talking duck on the internet, okay? Like, you never know what's gonna happen. And I want to be able to make, you know, the gaming world a better place. I want to make the world in general a better place. That's why I do silly stuff online. because I want to meet more people. I want to do more things, and I don't want to just sit at home, twiddling my thumbs, doing, whatever. I could be, playing video games on my own, huddled in a corner, but I'm not. My phone has no games and will never have any. Yeah, I don't blame you, because honestly, they can be pretty predatory. Now, I will note there are some exceptions to this, right? Right? Because, for example, and this is not sponsored. This is, not a promo of any kind, I promise. But if, for example, you decided you wanted to get the Google Play Pass, the Google Play Pass is fairly cheap. It's like $5 a month, and they give you a discount if you do the whole year at once. It is cheaper than a lot of subscriptions. I paid for mine for a year, and you can also add anyone who is in your Google family to your subscription, so they don't even have to pay. It's even cheaper than the Nintendo one, which is crazy, But I digress. If you get the Google Play Pass, you can actually access a lot of games that you would normally have on PC. For example, Stardew Valley, Loop Hero, there is Game Dev Tycoon. Let me actually just go ahead and grab my phone, because I can actually, I have the Google Play Pass. Potion Permit I know is one. Let me see here. Yeah, the Game Dev Tycoon, Stardew Valley. I know that they have the Alliance. It was like, I forget what it was called. Let me find my shot here, because I remember I took a screenshot of inspiration for a new Stinger transition. I just have to find it. It was like, Kingdom Rush Alliances. Okay, so the Kingdom Rush saga is like, I don't even know how many games is in it. But it's on the Google Play Pass, all of them pretty much. There's a bunch of things like Slay the Spire, looking for other ones I know people would know. Plague Inc. Also all the Professor Layton games for the most part are on it. 20 Minutes Till Dawn, which is a roguelike. Cat Quest is on here. Rotato is on here. Even Monster Hunter Stories is on here. So, like, there's a lot of options, and you can basically play them for free, while you have a Google Play Pass. I don't know if you can keep them afterwards, because it acts like you bought it. It actually acts like you bought it, so I don't know, because I haven't been off of Google Play Pass for a bit. It has Limbo on here. That's a classic game. Down in Bermuda. Grease. Gris, which is like that kind of really pretty game. Be paying Google when they allow me to have ad block on my phone. Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Depending on your phone, you might actually be able to get ad block for your phone. I have a trick. Totally should not do this, guys. Totally shouldn't do this. No, it's you should always pay for everything, including, paywalled articles. But if you get reading mode, it's like an app, you basically get it for your Android phone, and it allows you to read anything, like any page, without any pictures, any videos, any of that. And you totally shouldn't do it on a paywalled article that pops up a paywall shortly after you open the page. Totally shouldn't do that, Totally. Because it totally won't just give you the entire paywalled article before it has a chance to actually block it. Also, if you have a Samsung, they actually do have like a Samsung ad blocker. Just fun fact. Yeah, totally should not do that. Um, yeah, I'm very frugal. Especially with companies that continue to try to duck us over. Like, the more things that are like AI that keep popping, and as much as I know people love generative AI, let me tell you a story, because I was actually going to tell the story a little bit ago, but I forgot about it for a moment because I got sidetracked. I'll tell you guys a story about my experience with ChatGPT as a VTuber and also as a compliance officer. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm below it. The chat. And here's the reason why. What ended up happening, roughly about a year ago-ish, I want to say. So ChatGPT was, still, it was younger than it is now, but it was, still like ChatGPT 4. I think ChatGPT 5 might have been coming out. And, our CEO, which is also my business partner, told me that I should use ChatGPT to create our compliance documents and stuff. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. And she's like, no, just use it and then like edit it and make sure, it looks, human written. And I'm like, okay, if you say so, but I'm going to prove you wrong one way or the other because I'm always right about these things. I haven't rebooted my computer in 4 weeks and have been deferring installing updates because the moment I do, my Chrome will update and AppleLock will stop working unless... Yeah, that is annoying. That is very annoying. I don't blame you there. I have to reboot my computer because I share a room. And my computer lights, even if I have the computer in sleep mode, they don't stop running. So I have to turn it all off because they light up the whole fucking room. It's also bad for me too because I can't sleep very well with the lights. But I told my our CEO, I was like, I don't think this is gonna be a good idea, but you say so. So I went ahead, I used ChatGPT, the free version, because it's a work environment, it's corporate. This is not VTubing, this is not my personal life. I'm trying to be open-minded at the time. Trying. And it spits out the stuff. It looks like about what I expected it would look like. It had a few errors that I graciously corrected. She's like, okay, now what you're gonna do, because we don't want it to look like it's written by AI. You're gonna throw it into another AI to check it for readability and make sure it says that it's made by a human. And I did so. And it was something like 70-ish%, I want to say. Likelihood of being written by AI. Again, these tools are honestly bogus for telling if it's actually written by AI or not. And I'll explain how. I will explain how. So, I go, hey, it still looks like it's, pretty written by AI. She's like, okay, well, either have a rewriting chatbot, like rewrite it, AI again, or, rephrase some stuff and, make it look right. I'm like, oh, okay. So once again, using AI against my will, I do so because I'm just trying to prove a point here. I'm trying to prove a point to her. Because she's very smart. She went to college. She's college educated. I am not. I went to hair school. I did hair. That's what I do. That is what I am qualified to do at the time. I'm now a qualified compliance officer, but at the time, I was still learning compliance stuff. I'm like, okay. I put it in, spits it out. I check it in the tool. It's like 80% AI. I'm like, okay, that made it worse. Let me rewrite some stuff. I rewrite a good bit of it. Do you have any idea? I put it in there. You wanna know what it said? It was like 97% likelihood written by AI. I'm like, telling me. Had a second chatbot rewrite it. Then I put my own personal touch on it. made sure it looked like what I would write. Still wasn't. It wasn't. It was even higher. I go back to her. I'm like, listen. I know you love your AI. I know you love ChatGPT. Weirdly, she's against generative AI for like art and stuff, though. I don't understand why. I know she's an artist too, and that might be why she might be biased against it because of that reason. I don't know. But for some reason, ChatGPT is okay to her. I don't know. And she's like, so it's more likely to be written by AI according to. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I understand you want me to use AI. I can't for this. I can't. I'm gonna just rewrite this entirely by hand. That way we can prove I personally wrote this. And that way we know that it's actually human written and not plagiarized or written by a chatbot. And that way we're compliant. Okay? And she was like, okay. Well, that's the story of how generative AI wasted several hours of my life. Multiple days, really. But yeah. That's honestly, you know, whenever there's like the whole AI debate and stuff, I just look at the facts of what my experience has been with it. Because honestly, I don't like it. I don't like it. Besides the actual issues that are inherent with it, it does not work for me. ID? Xbox The Last Cuphead? I'm confused. Did you copy paste that accidentally, Julius? I'm confused about the list of games. I don't have Hotline Miami, by the way. Or Cuphead, I don't think. I might have Cuphead, but... It's a program at Microsoft to help fund indie games? Oh. I see. I'm very confused. Well, yeah. I'm not a fan of a lot of the new stuff that's getting shoved down our throat. Like the whole like AI summary thing kind of weirds me out because it's not always accurate. I've actually looked at some of the inherent issues and trying to explain it to people is very difficult because a lot of people think it's like a holy grail. And then I had the worst experience ever. I just spent so much of my life just typing boring documents and rereading boring documents as a result of using it. I do not recommend. It seems like AI is the current, you are using AI, here's a bag of money. Yeah, it's kind of what it's like, you know? Problem isn't generative AI or generative intelligence. The problem is the organic idiots trusting it to do things it's not remotely. Yes, that's a huge problem. Besides just like the art side of things where they're training on things that they don't legally have the license to train on. Trusting it to do things that it's not meant to do. There was even someone I saw like last night who had their insurance claim denied by AI. You want to know what their insurance claim was for, chat? You want to know what it was for? It was for a physical. Their yearly physical, and the AI denied it. Like, why are you using generative AI for insurance? Why? Why are we doing it? Why? Like, I can't with some of the... And the time our CEO had told me to use ChatGPT to look up, like, lawyers, I'm like... No, it's not a search engine. It is not a... Listen, it's not a search engine. It's a generative tool, okay? It is not a search engine. It is chatbot. You can't... Why? They've also shown, actually, funny enough, mentioning that, they've actually also shown that generative AI can actually be negative for like the medical field, not just for the insurance part, but they've already been doing studies showing that doctors like purely trusting ChatGPT can actually make them worse at their jobs. because what ends up happening is they stop looking things up the normal way when they need to find out what a problem is being caused by, and they start going to ChatGPT. But ChatGPT doesn't know everything. So then misdiagnoses can happen, and it's been happening more and more, and it's not a good thing. Also, lawyers with ChatGPT, not a great thing. You can watch Legal Eagle for information on that one. The things people think that generative AI should be used for, it's not being used for. It's not being used for the right things, honestly. Just even besides, like, the debate about legality and plagiarism versus fair use and all that stuff. It's just not the best thing to be using for a lot of functions. And if you're trying to make a design for your company, you don't want to be using AI because of the fact that it can't be copyrighted. Like, you literally, Nintendo was like, hey, yo, we're not using AI because of copyright reasons, because we want to be able to, own all of our stuff. We're not going to be going down that route. And I was like, oh my gosh, a company that understands the real issues with trying to use it as a company. Like, no. Yeah, the whole ChatGPT with the lawyer issue, using ChatGPT to write the defense for a company, using cases that don't exist in order to come up with a precedent that actually doesn't exist in order to try to win the case. But in reality, the precedent didn't exist and the cases didn't exist. And the lawyer got chewed out by the judge, asking why he shouldn't hold him in contempt of court and disbar him, revoke his license to practice law. Like, it was serious. You don't mess with that, no. Just even barring, like, the whole fair use and all that. Certain things just... So that's my story, though, about why I don't generative AI stuff, besides the ethics. Like, not even talking about the ethics there in that debate, because that is a whole debate. And I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do, we've been on here for like 4 hours. I have a couch to put together, unfortunately, but also fortunately, because I have a couch. I'm gonna see, actually, really quickly, who's on. Also, thank you guys again for helping me come up with some ideas, because I've got quite a few ideas on here. Some new stuff. I'm gonna make a new channel in the Discord for songs that I can actually sing and, like, match the pitch of. Let me see here. Oh, my ducking god. And the ad still started. Well, I guess while the ad started. Yeah, I hope it's a good list, because, again, I have a contralto voice. But I do hope... I do hate the fact that the ad still started, even though I hit the dismiss button. I'm gonna quickly look for someone who we could raid into. Let's do... Actually gonna see something, see if Bingle is... Okay, Bingle is... It's been a while since we've been to Bingle's stream. However, I think we'll go ahead and do that. So once we get back, we'll go ahead and do a quick few things. I'm gonna post the Discord one last time. Wait for the ads to be over. Yeah, I certainly appreciate it, honestly. You know, every one of you who came here today to hang out, Ben, Julius, I know Villain left, Angel left, I believe, Winchester, Dazul, all of y'all, honestly. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. And we'll get the raid going here in like a minute or so. I just want to make sure the ads are over beforehand. I do not want any surprises for anyone. Yeah, if you've ever wondered why my voice is so flexible, it's because of the fact it's actually low naturally. And y'all might be able to get to hear it, probably like either later this week or next week. We just have to see what happens. So, here in a moment. Also, for those who can hear, the reason why I'm picking Bingle is because I am going to be jumping back into crowd control pretty soon. Obviously, with the Donathon. And Bingle today is actually playing Baldur's Gate 3 with crowd control. It is a brand new game with crowd control. So I am, honestly, I am excited to eventually play that myself, but I do not own the game. So I will have to eventually procure the game to be able to do crowd control with it. Okay, so I believe the ads should be over. Yep, ads are finishing now. So in case any of y'all haven't finished, we're going to go ahead and raid Bingle because he is playing Baldur's Gate 3 with crowd control. I am going to be doing crowd control soon again. And I would like y'all to get a little bit of an introduction if you haven't already. Because crowd control is fucking fun. Let me go ahead and find here. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid. For those of you who are in here and have a subscription, you can in fact use the duck raid emote. We do have a duck raid emote. And we can go ahead and say hi. I can go get a little bit of a snacky, and then I can also put the channel up in the Discord for typing, and also for song requests. And then on Wednesday we will be back. If I am ready, we will start the Donathon. If not, we will start the Donathon on Sunday, and Wednesday we'll do something else. I will see you over on the other side. Thank you again.